Uh-oh, we're live. Hello.
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Welcome to day 2. We have the illustrious Will Chobra.
Thank you.
Always
Good
come out
morning.
with us.
What's your name?
Hi. This is I'm Jay Skyland,
There you
of
go.
course. As last time, I'm joined here by Sam Pellegrino.
Hello.
How's it going, sir? So, a lot of Mafia action yesterday, huh? Let's do a little recap. What were your favorite moments from yesterday? Chobra doesn't count because he was busy buying Overwatch items. So, go ahead, Charlie.
Not false.
Favorite moment.
Favorite moment? I think the Ken Chen 322 when he claimed cop when he was town, channeled his inner OD pixel. That was my favorite moment. Lost that game, but it was entertaining nonetheless.
That's good. Mr. Pellegrino.
Just spending time with my friends.
Wow, what a classic memory from day one. That's great. My favorite memory from day one was a little selfish, but I have to say that triggering Pimp Uncle to the extreme just by saying I'm sorry to interrupt you and apologizing over and over to him was probably my favorite moment of day one. But day 2, we've got a lot coming up. For one, we got the Chobras here.
You know, just listening to your memories, it seems like it ran a little rampant yesterday.
A little crazy.
trying to hold it down today. Trying to bring some order back to this whole town. Because you guys, I mean, just from breakfast onward, I can already tell what I'm in for. So looks like I'm gonna have to keep my head on straight.
You will.
Keep you in line.
A classic
Mr.
town leader.
Skyland.
That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. So, any what's up? Any jeers for today, Charlie?
Any what?
A jeer, anything a call out today. Anybody that you want to specifically be like, I'm gunning for you on Mafia Day 2.
If I get Vigilante at any point in this game, I'm Night Zero shooting you.
What? You've done it before. So
And I will continue to do so.
I was the cop last time.
No, you weren't. You were Mafia.
Anyone you were looking out for today?
No.
You're a great panelist.
Thank
It's
you.
always a pleasure to have you. Your
Thank you, Mr.
insight.
Skyland.
Thank you, Sam Pellegrino. Chobi, who are you most scared of? You weren't here yesterday.
Yeah.
You didn't see any of yesterday.
No.
So your
Not
only
really.
experience is last Mafia Land.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is the strongest player here?
Well, regardless of strongest,
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be gunning for Ken Chen.
Ken Chen.
Yeah. Because I feel like he's gonna always gun for me, so it's
That's
more
true.
a survival, survival of the fittest.
He's already done 3 fake calls, so it's
Yeah.
probably a good choice.
There you go.
Yeah,
Whoever,
yeah.
whoever gets the gun first.
You won't be hurting anyone by
Yeah.
eliminating Ken Chen.
There you go. Do everyone a little good.
Isn't that the same with you?
No. Jay Skyland. We were perfect on game 1
We were?
yesterday.
No, game 2.
Game 2.
We were?
We picked
3
2
for
Mafia
3.
and then a Vigi shot. Your
Thank you.
epic Vigi shot. So no, we're
Well, that was
probably
my friend Grant.
Right.
Sam Pellegrino.
All right. Well, anyway, we're about to start this day, so stick around. We're going to grab some guys, and we'll be ready in the next 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Tell your friends it's the Mafia Land. We're starting soon. But here's a video, so you can know.
Wait, what?
So you want to see the filthy, backstabbing, hidden world of Dota Mafias? Alright! Prepare to see the seedy underbelly of lies and deceit, the likes of which you ain't never seen before. It's Mafia Land over here! Mafia is a game of deceit, deception, and potential decapitations. A team of people are assembled into a room and led by the moderator who knows all the secrets of the game and leads the actions. Here at the Mafia Land, we got 15 peoples playing at a time. These innocent peoples are known collectively as the Town and are on one team. That's the Team Town! But all is not well in the town, as 3 of the peoples are secretly Mafias. Team 2, Mafia Team. Who could it be? The game is set up into 2 times, nights and days. At night, the Mafia secretly meets to kill one innocent person in the town. When the townspeople wake up, they gotta talk amongst themselves, trying to decide who the hidden Mafia members in the town is. At the end of the day, the town votes to murder one of those members, the person they believe most likely to be the Mafia. If the town eliminates all the Mafia members, they win. If the Mafia ever has the same amount of players as the town, the Mafia wins. Lies, deception, Italian foods. This is the Mafia land. Wait a second. Here at the Mafia land, we got some more wrenches to throw in. I mean, what's a town without a vigilante? Vigilante is a secret member of the town that's had enough of this cannoli. The vigilante's got a special abilities to kill somebody of their choice once in the game at nighttime. One shot, one kill. Revenge is a dish best served cold. But where there's a vigilante, there's always a shitty cop. And here, he's the parody cop. On night 0, he picks one player. On night 1, he picks another. The moderator must then reveal if they's on the same team, Team Town or Team Mafia. This continues every night until the parody cop is eliminated via the Mafia or the town. He knows the most out of all the players, but revealing anything puts a target right on his back. There's one good person in this town, though, one bleeding hot, and that's the nerfed medic. The medic's able to save one person each night, but not themselves and not the same person 2 nights in a row. You got a friend out there in this town, but if the Mafia find out who he is, it's concrete shoes in the river. It's curtains for him. Then, of course, there's you. You, the viewer, know everything. Every midnight murder, every lie the Mafia whispers to the town to save their own skin, every mistaken lynching the terrified townspeople commit. You get to see it all, laughing at all the poor pawns in this epic game of lies. You know all the secrets of the Mafia. Hope you're ready.
We're in for one, Kev. This is gonna be the game to end all games. I'm gonna sit next to CC.
Alright.
That's Charlie. Excuse me?
Yeah.
We have so many spells in this game. Yeah, that's right.
I got 3 chances
Why
to
is
win this
NSS
game.
wearing fucking slides?
Oh god.
I need 3?
Jay Skylanding since Manta style.
We lost.
This
game's ruined. Let's go to game 2. Okay.
I
see
one
one of
Dick
Wiggles, Sam Pellegrino. Sam Pellegrino.
Manta style.
All in one
Lucky
fucking game.
retard.
Slap for your slags.
You guys are the greatest. Oh, no, are you? You can do that? Oh, that's the monster.
That's the one chat. Get out of here.
You're sitting next to Dick Wiggles.
That's the new strat.
By the tree.
Missing one.
Now there's all 3 of them in the same game.
No, Greg's coming. Greg's coming.
Okay.
I'm sitting in his blind spot.
We need to do introductions this round, please. We got a lot of new players.
Oh,
We're gonna. Oh, I beat up that spot.
Oh, wow.
Greg, we're waiting on you.
Greg!
Grant, you get too excited, I'm not doing it.
Oh, hey, what happened to...
Gurr, get on over here.
Who stole the cover?
Who did the microphones?
No. There was a cover yesterday.
It's the same. It's taped on.
No, it's 2 different microphones.
Is it?
Yes.
Is that Miss...
These
They
are
are both the
all-
same.
It certainly is,
Yeah, but they're yeah,
Oh, that's fine.
Right.
Both want it that way?
Or just one?
No, both.
If you had another, put it on, but it doesn't fit.
That's
Whatever. Let's
we'll
go.
probably use it
We're
as a
starting, yeah.
low quality flash.
Oh, no. Because it's stream on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey! Alright, we're starting. Let's go. Hey!
We gotta introduce.
We have to introduce our one. You want to introduce?
No. It's day
There's
1.
only 2 people that are
Day
new.
1.
Yeah.
First game.
There's this guy, right? It's Jay Skylander.
Hi,
and
I'm
then
Jay
there's-
Skyland, the detective. Jay Skyland.
Sam Pellegrino, retired mob boss.
Hey.
Oh, I'm Dick Wiggles, the used car
Oh no.
What have you done, Slacks?
Oh, yeah.
You played the
Give me fire.
We're sorry for interrupting.
Everybody, this is Ellie.
Keep your card in your hand. Keep your card in your hand. Give it back. Oh,
Hey!
This is Chobra.
Hey!
We give. I think we give it back to you.
I don't even know what it is. After you write them down.
Hold on, we gotta start day 2. We have to start every day like it's new, so the audience knows. So please go over all the roles, everything.
Alright.
Super quick.
And the cards.
So, we are playing with the Parody Cop,
Okay.
the Nerf Medic, and the Vigilante. The King is the Cop, the Queen is the Medic, the Jack is the Vigilante. If you have an ace, you are Mafia. There are 3 aces, 3 Mafia. You have 2 kill power at 3, 1 kill power at 2. It's the Parody Cop. Everybody here knows what that means. It checks alignment. It doesn't check if you're Mafia or not. And then you just check somebody and it gets compared to the person that you checked before. Nerf Medic, you cannot save yourself. You cannot save the same person twice in a row. And then the Vigilante is the normal Vigilante. You have 1 shot to use the entire game, and that's it. Alright.
Go to sleep.
Oh god, Tom mod.
Go. Greg, you mod killed the one. Mafia, please reveal yourself. Alright, Mafia. Please pick your first kill. Mafia, please pick your second kill. Go to sleep, Mafia. Cop, please reveal yourself. Go to sleep. Medic, please reveal yourself. Thanks. Vigilante, head up, please. Would you like to use your shot? Okay, head down, Vigilante. Wake up, and in the night, we lost 2. Flex, CCC.
Yes, well done, guys. This is great stuff.
I've never seen him happier in my entire life.
You should have gotten up because he didn't call you by the name. You should have stayed there and been like, who's Slacks?
There's no Slacks playing the game.
Alright, 20 minutes or 25?
20.
There's
And
not
then
a lot of-
3-minute formals.
Okay, sure.
There's not a lot of Mafia here that would actually kill Slacks other than people that just don't like playing with them.
It could be a save and a vigilante shot.
There's a lot of people did say they would
That's actually legitimate. Not
A
gonna be
lot
half
of
the
people
room.
said they shoot not fair.
Hey.
Yeah.
I know Ken would.
Jay Skylander, we barely knew him.
Sam Pellegrino, you're next.
The spirit lives on though.
Unfortunately.
He can never be as annoying as
Or could he?
I formal pin. That was super scummy.
What did he say?
Alright, whatever. You
I
guys
don't remember what he
No,
said.
what did he say?
I don't think we should do that formal at the start like you do, because let's say we actually want to kill him, like,
Then why don't you just do it? What are you gonna learn from
It's
night
not-
0?
it's
What are
not-
you gonna learn from a night 0?
because
We
we're
actually
not.
learned quite a bit.
Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
What have you learned?
Okay,
Huh?
What have you learned right now?
What did
It's
he
just
say?
started, dude.
Look at him.
Relax.
Look at it.
Is
Yeah,
that
but
it? Is it
If
just
you
the
actually
way he
want to
was
lynch
sitting?
him, it's not going to happen at the start of the day.
Alright,
So.
call me when you want to lynch him.
All right.
Hey Sammy!
Jesus Christ. We have a hitman in our
This is
mafia.
so bad.
Yeah, it seems good.
Can I form a drag? I got somebody who needs a fitting for concrete shoes. Sammy!
Let's not waste time doing this. Blair, what do you think so far?
Super early. Right now, everyone's really happy that Slacks is gone, and I don't think that indicates Mafia or not. I think that means that they're regular
Indicates
players.
happiness.
I think if you're Vigi and you shot Slacks, you should absolutely say so.
Yeah,
I
you just say,
agree.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So, I think,
Then we have a confirmed talent.
yeah, I think I think Slacks has just got Mafia killed. And that's really interesting because I think if most people here were Mafia, I know if me and Ken were Mafia, we would have kept him in the game for sure.
As Mafia, you want to keep him in the
I
game.
think Greg would you have kept him in the game?
Probably.
I mean, he's a pretty chaos creating talent. I don't think.
Who would have killed
There's not
Sox?
that much to
It
do.
I would have
definitely-
killed him. I would have killed him for sure. I swear to
Especially
God.
after yesterday.
I would kill him
After yesterday.
any day.
Wait,
of
so
the
what
night.
happened yesterday? Can I get some like brief context? Did you
Oh,
just get
he's
super
just
triggered?
like this character was just the worst. Like he would always interrupt you.
Which
And
character?
No, no, no.
Which
it wasn't
one?
That
Dick
character. It was that
Wiggles.
character.
Dick
No,
Wiggles.
Dick Wiggles.
It was
This
Dick
one was
Wiggles.
fine.
Sam Pellegrino?
No, Dick Wiggles was
I thought
fine.
Sam Pellegrino was just bad, but normal.
No, Sam Pellegrino apologized.
We
Pretty
are
normal for
wasting
Grant.
time!
That's actually
Makes me suspicious of Greg for asking to waste time regarding it.
About slacks.
No, I think it's information.
I mean, it's information.
Right, I think
It gives you an
Dick
idea of
Wiggles.
who. Like, I didn't play with Dick Wiggles.
I didn't play with
so
Dick
I
Does
didn't
anyone
see
think
that
it
play
might be
either.
him for killing Slacks?
Fuck, it could be.
Sure.
Might be Owen.
Well, they would kill Slacks.
Wasn't me.
I don't think he would though.
Would you kill Slacks?
As far as Mafia, I probably would kill Slacks first now.
No, I think you would.
I would.
Would the Slacks impersonators kill Slacks just to be the new Slacks?
Oh shit.
That is
So then the
shirt.
Star Wars
I think about it.
That's
They
not
want
his
to
shirt.
I feel like you're invested.
They want to
because
replace it.
Wiggles.
They want
That's
to
not his
replace it.
shirt.
No, it is.
No, that's the Dick Wiggles
That's
shirt.
Dick Wiggles.
Is it?
I saw
Yeah.
that shirt.
That's
He
the
is
Dick
Dick
Wiggles
Wiggles,
shirt.
so it is his shirt.
Alright, Ken's wasting time now.
Yeah, he really is.
In all seriousness, I think the impersonators are more likely to want to keep Slacks in. You want all three incarnations of what Slacks is
The trifecta.
in the game. Yeah, exactly.
Sure, bro. What do you think? It's been awfully quiet.
I mean, I think there's not much point in discussing further whether, like, oh, would they have killed Snacks or not? Like, once you start talking about it, you're also just giving more time to create more logic about either case. You can always think of a reason, especially for someone like Slacks, you'll always have a reason. You can always come up with one on why it's worth it.
So let's stop talking about Slacks.
Yeah,
What
I
about
don't think that's
CC?
worth it.
What about CCNC getting killed?
He's strong town.
He's strong
He's-
town. Strong
he's
town, medic
He's
dodge.
really good.
Yeah, I agree.
So, other people, some people, I know it's not too much right now, but
Right.
let's get the conversation.
I mean, I think everyone just, saying that Pim has a good reason to kill him, I think is a valid point. That's probably the strongest point anyone has on day 0 or day 1, whatever we call it, terminology-wise. But other than that, I haven't noticed anything too strong that's one way or the other, because I think we're all pretty busy trying to find out rather than relaxing on ticket tells. So we're all cutting each other off. And what are you going to get from that? We're not going to get much reads yet.
What do you guys think of Greg? Or like, what do you think of Greg?
So far, neutral.
Okay.
I don't really get a strong vibe one way or the other.
We asked you what happened yesterday. We wanted to hear the story
No, I
without any suspicious of him. To be able to say something without actually putting any suspicion, just to make conversation. It's
Because
not easy.
I really don't like him right now.
But me neither, so.
Okay.
Do you have something to say for yourself?
Apparently, I'm not liked by the town. I can handle that. It's sort of my thing. So.
If you want to
that's
say
okay.
one
Fuck
person,
Pim.
you would
Fuck
lynch.
you,
You would
Shiver.
say Greg.
Probably, yeah.
Why not Greg? Or
Why
why
Greg?
Greg?
I really like the way that Shiva was saying that there's time wasting involved here. And especially like the first few minutes, which is all over the place.
I mean, we literally
Which is
spent the
partially my
first
fault
5
as
minutes
well.
talking about Slacks. I asked a question
Right.
about Slacks. I don't think it's
If
unrelated.
you had to pick a second person that wasn't Greg, who would it be?
Oh, definitely Greg.
Grant?
Yeah, for sure.
Sam Pellegrino.
Right, sorry.
Why? Why? Because I formal?
Because, no, it just,
I'll do it.
if
yeah.
you constantly formal people, that's definitely bad town play.
Could be.
And so either you're actually playing a really bad town, or you're just, like, if you're a really bad town, you're a mislynch, that's like cutting your losses. If you're a Mafia this way, you're creating way more chaos, it's a super easy Mafia win this way. And I just think that's not the way to play.
Has anyone yet to see Grant play that active
No.
as Mafia?
The only time he was Mafia was when we killed him like
Yeah, he was
and he was really quiet.
Yeah, he's super quiet. That's the
Everybody.
thing for me. Every single time he does that, I consider it in my head that yeah, maybe he's changed it up. But every single time he's been talented.
Right, but
I
at
feel
the
like
same time, it's really easy to go like these two extremes, right? If you're like super quiet as Mafia and you're a super vocal as town, it is not hard to like go like halfway, right?
Rob?
Like if someone just,
Sorry.
if someone just goes and still accuses people, but not just as ferociously or something, like that's still like super towny, even though you can easily just fake it.
I think what
It's not
I'm just
good.
saying is if he plays like he's the way he's been playing his town as Mafia, then we're all just screwed.
No, I
Then
mean
we'll
it's
assume,
too
we'll
easy.
assume,
It's too
yeah,
easy,
we'll
right?
assume he's town because he's playing the same way, but we can't win like that.
No, I think what Ken's saying is makes sense. It's very easy for him to come out and just be like, I'm gonna go for a YOLO formal and be
Yeah.
the aggressive.
All right, Arif. Your time has come.
I don't like this guy.
Who?
Him?
JJ.
What?
At all. Because I feel like going back to who would kill Slacks, I think he's the prime target.
I definitely agree.
Or if
Yeah,
you gotta
I might
speak
not
up too.
Oh, okay. Alright. I thought, one, he's either a Vigi, you killed him, and some medic, back to game theory, or he's the Mafia, because he would definitely want to kill Slacks. Then,
Do you have reads on anybody else?
No. I'm just like paying attention to him, because he's like trying to control the game.
Usually I get day one binge.
Okay.
Can we get something for you?
Sure. For now, all I know is my own identity. I'm confirmed town, and
Another
Swindle 2.0.
I'm confirmed town. All I know is I'm town, and any of you could be Mafia. So right now they're saying Grant is kind of shady, but from the games I played with Grant.
Sorry.
No, I mean Pim said that Grant was shady, right? But I think that Grant always follows people randomly, even when he's town. Like, he just like, oh, I'm formaling you, he doesn't give a shit. So I still believe that Grant is town.
It's reactions.
I still believe it.
I got my reaction.
Also, okay. Like, I definitely heard him move. I don't know if you heard him move during the Mafia. Him.
I didn't hear anything.
I heard him move during Mafia phase. So.
I don't know. That doesn't.
I definitely didn't move.
You definitely did. Like, the fact that he says he did it.
And
makes
you
me,
heard something.
yeah, I definitely heard
No,
something.
hold up. Who's suspicious of Pimp here?
I am.
Who's throwing shade at him
Definitely.
so far?
That's why I kept asking him questions, because I actually think that clears Greg.
I think it's reactions.
I mean, I thought initially you
formed them, yeah, to see how people
I
reacted.
don't know about that.
I could do it to
any
any of you people.
But
I just didn't like the
definitely
fact that
voted
there was like so many people throwing shade.
I'm
at
definitely
him.
voting for
I did it first, though.
Yeah. I know you did it first. I just wanted like.
Why though?
Because I heard him move and he says he didn't move
Are
and
you
the fucking
100%
Slacks
into
kill.
this?
Yes! I definitely heard
Why
him.
would, like, if
he
shady.
obviously
What kind of
Slacks.
movement did you hear? Because
Like,
I hate,
he said, Mafia, raise your head, and then I heard him move.
What did you hear?
Do you hear it?
Like,
You
rustle.
can't really. Okay, so this doesn't make a sound. So what?
It made a sound, dude. That's
don't
all I
know,
gotta
don't
say.
know,
Like I can literally show you, like, if I just move my head, there is no sound.
Anyway,
Thanks for the
There is
that's all.
no, like, there is
I'm
actually
just telling
no
you the
sound.
truth. Maybe like it was like this or something.
Let's
but
not
I don't-
focus
I
on
don't
that.
think
It's like
you're-
sound is such a weak thing.
No, I do think those 3 points you said are strong.
it's not just sound.
Okay, what is
those
some
are-
of the points rather than
The
sound?
fact that
kill.
the Slacks kill.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
I would
That's
kill him.
too-
If I'm Mafia, I'm killing him. Like,
I know,
swear
yeah, I
to
know.
God.
Okay. Anyways,
At the same time, that is very obvious. So if you're,
I think
you might not
if-
want
if
I mean,
to.
I
someone
think
wants
these
to
are
frame it
two weak points right now. Nothing definitive tells me that he's Mafia. Anything else?
Really?
I mean,
No, it's like.
I mean, how can you not have him at the top of your scum list after all that explanation?
All we talked about is him.
That's not true at all.
That is
No, we
fair.
talked about Greg.
We talked about.
All right,
Okay, we
Charlie
barely-
Charlie
Scum.
Here's the thing.
Scum.
If you have that strong of a
He
feel,
just doesn't even know what's happening. He's not even paying attention.
give me a
Some kind
second.
of moron?
He's mad.
Can we still go?
Because he was so good at getting him out when he was Mafia the last time. So I don't know why you just don't know this time.
What do you want to say?
I don't. Okay, so if you have that strong of a vision on day 0, and it's like it starts with a different basis that you can't prove logically, no matter if it's true or not. If we go off of that, then from here on out, if that conviction was wrong, if JJ turns out to be town, like we're screwed because it just reinforces that false basis. I think we really need to wait, and if you want to, at this point, because of how the conversation has gone, if you want to lynch JJ, it has to be the second day once we can get more
No, it
reads and
doesn't.
more no, because here's the thing, if you do this, you're convinced, right? If we
Look,
lynch him, you're convinced.
If
it
you
ends
can
there.
convince me of a better
Who would
target,
you wanna
it's
lynch
like
instead?
reduces kill
We
power.
still
Like,
have-
why wouldn't you like?
Well, we have time. We can still talk.
Can we talk to Ellie?
I don't think we should do it right now. Obviously, I'm just giving information
Okay,
that I
can
know.
we talk to Ellie? She hasn't said anything.
Okay, I usually base my opinion day 1, I guess, on what Charlie says. And usually Charlie accuses someone on day 1, so he's kind of suspicious for not accusing anyone.
I'm not a fucking psychic.
And not knowing, like he was really good at reading Pimp the first time, and I just can't see
That's
how you
because
don't think he's
Charlie's
this
scum,
time.
I'm telling
That's
you,
because
Charlie's
Pim
scum.
tried to.
And he was next to him, yeah. He literally
thing
was
is-
sitting next to him and talked to
He
him.
gave me something. I don't have anything now.
Like, if you really think you heard something and you're so on me and
Just
you're
don't
not
think.
getting
I
it.
fucking heard
Okay,
something.
so if you really heard something,
Yeah.
then you must be like super mafia and just framing me, because like that actually makes sense. You know, I was tilted as shit. You kill him, you frame me, and you have an easy second night with 3 people alive.
I mean,
Like, that's,
I know what I heard. That's all I can say, really. Like, I'm not making it up. Like,
I literally have no idea how there would be a sound. Like, I literally cannot understand how you would.
Okay,
how
Ken,
there would even be a sound from this.
This is the last thing that I'm going to say about this, and then I want to talk about other people.
Sure.
Okay, so you heard a sound. Does that definitively say one thing or another? Like Slacks
no,
makes tons of.
I didn't say it was just
okay,
that.
and then I'm
everything
gonna
else.
go, and then I'm gonna go to like the Slacks kill. Like, yeah, he died. There are other people that might have killed him. It doesn't tell me enough. It doesn't tell me that he's trying to manipulate the game. It doesn't tell me that he's that he's different in any way. It doesn't. There's no inconsistencies here.
Why do
It
you
doesn't
think he
give me
accused
enough.
Greg? Why do you
That's
think-
why I'm not comfortable
Charlie's
doing it
so
now.
scummy, he could
So
run
can
a
we
black
talk
market right
about some other people?
Okay, let's talk about other people.
Wait. Why do you think he accused Greg before the goal?
What?
Why do you think he accused Greg?
I don't know. Maybe he felt something. Maybe he felt it. Maybe he felt like Greg was scummy. Maybe he wanted to get a conversation going. Why does Slacks accuse people?
All right. Well,
You
all
always
right.
have to-
Since no one wants to talk about this anymore, I would like to say I think Arif is fairly town comparatively to other people that have talked so far.
Wait, why?
Because the way that he was talking about Pimp Muckle made me think that he was trying to really like observe him, figure out exactly what Pimp's role was, and I think that's typically a fairly town play. He's isolating on one person. Beyond that, I think Chogra is at least kind of town, but I also wouldn't put much stock in that because he hasn't said too much.
Bonnie, do you fidget a lot?
What do you mean? Sure? Like you mean this and
Yeah.
this? Yeah, sure. I need to keep occupied all the time.
Okay. I'm just not sure if I've ever seen you, maybe because you're more invested in this game than the other ones that I've seen, but I don't think I've ever seen you. Do you feel like you're more invested in this game?
Yes, I want to
Okay,
get
why?
better. Because yesterday I had a 0% win rate, so I want to get better at the game.
Wait, was anyone in
Still
the game
love
where
it.
she was Mafia?
Yes, I killed her.
Yeah, that was my first game.
Handled.
What is she acting like the same that she was acting in that game, or?
No.
No, I'm more vocal
She's
this
definitely
time
more
around.
vocal and more
And more
engaged this time.
invested.
She's like sitting up in her chair. Last time she was more leaning back. Her defenses and the things that she said didn't make any sense. She hasn't said too much now.
Seems weird.
But I think
she's
that
like, how is she
defense was,
acting
like,
differently?
That
And
was
she
instant.
she explained how she
I think that, if
5
anything,
minutes. Is that not weird?
that was a very honest response from her.
Yeah,
It was something I hadn't considered.
I'm okay with her now.
Wait, 1 sec, Charlie. Like when you're like, is she acting differently? She's like, no, I'm not. I did this and this and this. Why is she explaining how she acted differently? Why isn't other people doing it?
I mean,
she like came to her own
explained,
defense.
so-
Like she knew what she had to fix.
But I
She's
knew what
playing.
I was doing differently.
You know the game where you yesterday shot
Sure
Ken
did.
because you thought he was Mafia and you Vigi shot him and won the game with that?
Wait, what?
You shot Ken.
I didn't
right?
Vigi shoot Ken ever.
No.
I Vigi shot CC and C and won the game.
Oh, it was CC. Never mind.
Yeah, I was a
thought
game
it different game.
I was a target of a Vigi shot when I was town, though.
Owen,
Misery did that.
what do you? How do you feel?
That was
right
not.
Um, I mean, normally, you're not gonna like this, but I'd normally say obviously Charlie and Ken are alive. But this game, because of the way that you're talking to each other, I'm not convinced that either of you are Mafia.
Okay.
Which is kind of throwing me off. I mean, I do.
Is that you?
I normally just ask on YouTube. You two are the ones that I watch at the start. Obviously, Cho's back in the game. He was pretty good last season, so I've got my eye on him. But so far, he's done nothing
another run.
Then the only thing I have to go, I think Ken's logic is slightly solid on Pimp. But other than that,
Can I add something to that?
I've got no
Because
crazy theories yet.
This is actually the first game where I actually think you two are both suspicious rather than only one of the other. So I am like 100%.
You think they're both on the same side, but you think they're both on?
I think they're. I would say like rather they're both Mafia rather than they're both. So I'm on the other side. Of the
Okay, I will just say I think both of you are wrong. One of them is Mafia, not.
We've covered all our bases. Both Mafia.
I actually have reason. I have reasoning for this. I don't think they're both Mafia because of the fact that there was plenty of opportunity, I think, in that exchange between the two of them for Charlie to be able to throw some shade at Ken. And if you remember yesterday, Charlie specifically pointed out the fact that if they were both Mafia together, he would try and push back against Ken as much as possible, right? Like almost overwhelmingly so. So you couldn't think they were on the same team. And it's just natural when you have two strong players together, I think, to want to try and distance each other. So I think Charlie had plenty of opportunity to do that. Ken did push back against Charlie and throw some shade back at him. But I'm not entirely sure if that means he's playing more aggressive Mafia or if Charlie's playing more passive as Mafia.
You could just be
And-
fucking disagreeing with each other.
I mean, that could be it, but it's more the fact that you didn't have any suspicion on him based on whatever, but Ken did, and I follow the logic of what Ken was saying. I think the little things do add up.
I'm suspicious of Charlie because yesterday, like as soon as we woke up and I heard about the sound, I was like waiting to review. I didn't want to be the first person to come out and be like, dude, he was like, I heard him moving, because that's like, I wanted to hear what everyone else had to say. I asked him a bunch of questions because I wanted to hear his opinions before he knew about all the suspicions on him, and I was eager to hear Charlie's opinion on him because yesterday Charlie was very easily pointed him out as Mafia when he was Mafia. Like he was able to read him really easily and just say like, Pimmuckle did this thing. I think he's suspicious, and he was Mafia. So this time I just
2 minutes.
I don't know why
It's not
Charlie's
enough.
doesn't.
Yesterday.
Charlie, what is enough? What reason do you have?
we
that you
lynching
would?
Charlie?
I follow
We have
logic
2
there,
minutes.
but
What do we
I
have?
personally,
We
the
have 2
sound
minutes.
thing
What do
for
we
me.
have?
Let's talk about other people.
This is-
We're
we don't have to go on that. Yeah.
wasting so much time on this.
Then give us another option.
Who are we lynching? Who do you want to lynch?
I don't
Oh,
necessarily want to lynch anybody right now. I
Me?
want to. Let's talk about you. Sure. Why were you so? Why were you so sure that I was scum?
Because I think you're scum this game.
Why?
Why?
Because the way that you've been controlling the conversation, I feel is a little bit different. I feel like you have not contributed nearly as much as you normally do, and I also feel like you haven't actually gone after anyone to try to find any information, which you normally do.
So much time.
Oh, what an
We
excuse!
wasted so much time on Slacks,
Okay.
and I've been the one trying to get other people
No,
to talk. So
I don't
we
think you
haven't-
have. I don't think you've been trying to get any information from
What do
anyone
other people
specifically.
think about Charlie?
I mean, I agree that he hasn't like gone out and probed, but I also think that he was very much the person that got you were the two people who got us back on track when our conversation was derailing too much. And for that says
That's
to me
because that's
more
his
talent
role,
than
and
anything.
that's like his role in town. I don't think that's out of character for him.
Chubber, what do you think?
Like if he's playing
I'll go
Mafia,
last.
he would want to do that anyway.
I'm usually hesitant to lynch Charlie day one as town almost always.
I don't think we should lynch Charlie.
Just because I think that he's
That's
proven
silly.
so valuable for town in the
Yeah.
past. If he is town on any chance, then it's a really bad lynch, and his reads do end up paying
Yeah, I
off.
think that's pretty self. I don't even think there's no way that's not gonna pass anyway. So it's not. There's no point
Yeah,
in
it
even,
just
like.
it just doesn't seem that smart,
Yeah.
you know. So at Chober, I'd like to know because you played with him a lot. So
I mean, I think Charlie's playing for now, like for day one, is just valid town play, and if he's just being smart as Mafia or not, like I don't think that's a reason to then choose the doubting side rather than just give him the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, pretty good play. It's hard to get super good reads unless you have a very legitimate reason to, or you for whatever reason.
It has nothing to do with his
moment has
reads. For me,
determination.
I know that no one is interested in lynching him, but you asked for my opinion, so
I think it's formal, Greg.
I like
Grant, who do you want to
him
form
more
on?
now. I feel
No
like
one.
that's
I've learned my lesson.
No, you still don't want to formal.
I think it will formal, Greg.
I'm good. Stick on that. All right.
I'm not gonna be the guy who does it every day.
I'm not gonna vote for the person that
Cop out for
he
everyone
thinks is
else.
Mafia. Like that's silly to me. Like why would you trust
Well, we need a
his
formal.
opinion if
I'm
he's
right,
so
man.
suspicious?
No, I'll second on Pimp because
All right.
that's what.
Second on Pimp, accusation, please.
I think given the reasons we have so far, I mean, just it's the most reasoning we have, and that you had good reason to kill him, and it's a base to start because of that good reasoning. I think we can make more logical decisions after that. I mean, obviously that gets really calculating and strategic on both sides, but I think that's the better way to play it at this point, rather than taking a stab in an even greater dark in the current town.
Okay, so usually what happens is these things where we pretty much have no logic to go on, right? I mean, the logic that Ken had that I kill Slacks if I'm Mafia, or that I would have moved during the night, which is like, I literally cannot think how that could be true. That's some logic, but it's just so wrong and so obvious that I could get framed, right? Because I was very vocal that I would kill Slacks, I was tilted as shit yesterday night, I was ready. Like, if I'm the Vigi, I'm killing him anyway, I don't care. At the same time, like, I told that to so many people. As I said, it's super easy to get this framed. And the way that Ken just hopped on me and stayed on me all the time instead of actually progressing the whole situation, because we didn't get much info except for Greg, Charlie, and me, right? Because no one else was really talking about himself, maybe you a bit, Shoba, right? And this way, we went so off and we were so derailed, and this is like emphasized also through Ken, but I mean, Grant as well, of course. Although this could be his character, right? Whatever. At the same time, killing me now, I can kind of understand where you guys are coming from, right? I mean, you have some things to go on, and I mean, it's a day one, it's a really rough lynch, no one is really like tripped or something, So I can really understand where the town is coming from. At the same time, it just makes no sense to lynch me right now because I usually can't play well on day one anyway. Like I can't contribute because there's not much to go on. There's no logic, right? There's no votes. Where can I really go and make some logical cases for people, right? So lynching me now, I can understand where you're coming from, but it's just like really bad.
I mean, so I'll go off of that. I think most lynches on day one, you have to lynch or formal for the sake of the longer term play. I think you have to see what more you can get out of that, right, as a result of that. And so in some ways, you're kind of the sacrificial lamb just because.
You should totally push for the follow-up.
Yeah, everything you said so far is why you're the sacrificial lamb. Like, you have all these good reasons to be trained, etc. And because there are certain people right now in the town, to varying degrees, that have been very insistent on it, I think it's just a good base for the rest of the town to build upon that.
So even if we're wrong, we'll learn a lot about Ken for instance.
For sure.
Right?
Do we have another follow-up after this?
Yes. We haven't hit the time limit.
So just two final things. One, can you tell me again why you pushed on Greg? And two, if you are our town, we still have 2 kill power after this. What are your reads? Who are you?
Okay, sure. So why I pushed on Greg was simply because I really didn't like the way that he was also one of the people who just derailed or like pretty much focused too much on me in my opinion and not on other people. It's really bad, especially because you need to get some information out of people because so many might be still dying. I mean, I'm telling there's still going to be 2 deaths this night, if not for the medic, right? So that's one of the things. And then for the people who are pretty towny to me, I mean, definitely Cap. He has something to go on. He's trying to lead the town in a good way. He's making sure that the conversation stays on track. He has the same read on Charlie. I kind of agree on this. Charlie's also pretty towny. Super scummy as Ken just because he couldn't let go of me and actually pressure anyone else, which, I mean, again, I understand it, just I think it's super wrong. I kind of like you more this time. I was wrong on you before. When you were super towny, you were actually at a power roll and I grilled you and yeah, we fucked up. Arif is super silent, I don't know, he's just flying under the radar. Same as Bonnie. Shiva has been bringing up good points. I think she's pretty talented to me, and Shobra is someone I usually can't read. But the way you grilled me was, I don't think that was a Mafia grill. I think it was a town grill. You know, you're trying to get information. I can't read you, Ali. Yeah, Rex. Yeah, he derailed. So. Get lynched. Oh, and Owen is, I don't know. I don't like Owen because he played the same as he was Mafia, but that's how he plays town as well. So.
I mean,
why was your defense so different today when it was yesterday when you were town? Because you got really angry yesterday.
Yeah, but yesterday there was no logic to base on, right? I mean, we had the Slacks character, the Dick Riggles one, who would just constantly interrupt me and not give me any place to talk, and then he told me, like, I don't talk, and you're not doing anything, when he's the one, like, interrupting me, and I get super annoyed, right?
But your defense, compared to yesterday when you were Mafia, is very similar. Like, you would just say, I understand.
Yeah, but it's fine, like, I don't mind being accused here.
You kept saying agreeing with, yeah, like, this, where you're, like, acquiesce and agree with the accuser's points, but then just say, but you're wrong. That's what he said yesterday when...
So the difference for me in his defense here and his defense yesterday is when he's town and he's defending himself, he speaks really fast. And he has a similar tendency to like, with like Blaze and other people where he just like, and K-pop Toasters where he just like word vomits a bunch of shit. But yesterday, he sort of like, stumbled over his words a little more, took a lot of time in between phrases to think about what he was going to say. That's why, like, he spoke really fast, and that's why I think this is more indicative of him, for him.
A lot of his reads he just did now are like super towny ways to look at the game, right? Like, I mean, like Shiva, Chobra, the rest, like, that just seems like how Pimp would look at the game if he was town.
Pimp is also a terrible as Mafia.
I'm really bad at
I would rather keep Pimp in the game personally because I feel like he's good town and I feel like he's pretty obvious Mafia going round 2 or round 3. I would much rather, I mean, are you going to rescind?
No.
We should absolutely vote. We should vote.
I mean...
Are we pushing to a vote or are we still talking?
I mean, I think at this point we can just push, right? Yeah. I think everyone's pretty made up their mind.
Sure. So. Then put our heads down. Put your hands up in the air if you wish to be go. Heads up. There was 2 votes. Pimp will not be leaving this.
Why'd you vote for me?
I mean, because I'm sticking by the same reasoning, so it's not because I have like greater suspicion on you than anyone else, but it's the same reason I formed them. I'm not a fan of the whole idea of if we think you're like either really good town or maybe you're like a super genius mafia trying to go off of that on day one, because I think that's ridiculous, right? Like you can't go for the perfect game. That can't ever be your goal. That can only happen by luck, right? You can't be like, yo, we're gonna get 3 mafias 3 days in a row and then we're good to go. Like that can't be your objective. So I don't think like being like, oh, I think someone's a really good town and that's a reason to save them on day one, I don't think is a good reason to save. I think if you're going to save it, it has to be because it's going to provide other value than what that one person provides. Because you're just, like, to everyone, right? We're all putting in blind faith one way or the other, and therefore you can't base it off of that on day one because you don't have good reads. So to me, if you were to get killed today, that would provide me personally more value from other people and how they react, and how the game progresses. But that's that's where I was.
Isn't there value in saving him though if he's good town and bad mafia? That's the thing that I didn't follow from the logic they were putting forward.
I don't. So I mean, sure, there's some value. Does that trump? Like, but that's basically so what I'm saying is that's more value I get out of one person, whereas the value I think by killing him is what I get.
Different philosophies.
Yeah,
we have 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. We can move on.
Grant, what do you think so far?
The whole thing with Pimp and Blur, when Blur did his like 2 questions to him, he's like, well, if we're down 2 kill power, like indicative if he's Mafia, that in like his like line of questioning. Puts Blur at the top of my scum list. Chobra has just been, he's been talking, but like not word vomiting, but he's repeated the same thing over and over for like 5 minutes. I don't like know if that means anything, but he's been saying the same thing over.
Who's your top Mafia right now? Blur
and Greg.
Why Greg?
That's the only guy he plays. When he like the last time he was Mafia and he just like sat next to Tony, it was with him and Ken.
I sat next to everyone.
That's fine, Greg. I believe you, Shell. Sam Pellegrino. And when he, I don't know, he always like does that thing where he's like, oh, shut the fuck up when the person next to him talks. And he does that way more when he's Mafia. And he's
I didn't say that's Charlie wants this game.
You have.
You did.
You did.
I heard you
Thank
a lot.
you. There
You
we
keep
go.
saying Charlie, like.
Boy, I threw shade on Charlie. I didn't tell him to shut up.
You did.
Don't think.
I don't actually remember.
You made him say, "Are you some kind of moron?" So you must have made him mad.
No, yeah, I mean, I threw shade on him. He shit on me, I think, more than whatever. It's
I know I'm a little suspicious of Greg just because I feel like some of the things that he's said about me haven't really made any sense. But I don't have I think if we question him about it or more, we're gonna get more of the same. I don't think.
I mean, that's my opinion about you. If you disagree with me, it's fine, but
I don't think we're gonna get
people
more
ask
of
me for
that.
my information, so I gave it.
Bonnie, if you don't want to, if we couldn't lynch Greg next, who else would you want to lynch?
Wait, if we can't lynch him?
Yeah. Just say for whatever reason we can't lynch him.
Oh,
Who would you want to lynch
who would
next?
I want to lynch? I don't have anyone on my list right now. I think Greg's the most suspicious on my list. Everyone else, I'm still trying to get a cup of feel on.
Alright, so let me just put this in perspective for everyone. You guys are suspicious of me because I mentioned something about slacks. After we talked about slacks for 5 minutes, and there's 2 people in this game who are literally wearing his clothes. I asked a question about one of the people wearing the clothes because if he's playing the character, it's relevant. Anyone have any more questions about why I asked about slacks?
Was it about you and Slack? I don't know.
I literally asked about Dick Wiggles. That's what everyone is complaining about.
But you asked
No,
me in
it's
the
a,
conversation.
they think you're suspicious.
Yeah, I said, what did he do yesterday?
I think
like, what was Dick
they think you're
Wiggles?
suspicious because you are pointing out that Charlie's suspicious with reasoning that Charlie thinks is illogical.
All right, yeah, of course he thinks it's illogical because he's portraying himself as town.
Relax, I'm not accusing you. I am not going to vote for you because him thought it was you and I thought it was him. So that is my reasoning for
I need a
it.
funnel in 1 minute.
So
Can I get your read on Chobra?
he voted with me, so I'm think he's
Dude,
clean.
I think Chobra's like.
I think he's
super
clean,
talented
dude.
right now.
He's the only one that went with me on this guy, and I think this guy was the best chance to reduce kill power, and we didn't do it. So, like, I have no idea now.
MSS, you haven't talked in a while. You're top scum right now. No, you give me your top scum.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, that like way different points. I was gonna
No,
start
give
with
me your
that
top
sentence.
scum, real quick.
I don't like Ken.
All right.
Okay, more. Just
Ken's like a
we
lightning
don't have time.
30 seconds.
Okay, so I started off like throwing shade on JJ, right? And then someone, I forgot who it was, said like Ken plus you, I think, or Gerd would never kill Slacks. And then right after
That was him. He
No, I
said
said
that.
Charlie said that.
Gerd and Ken would never kill Slacks. And right after that, that was when Ken started like bandwagoning on the JD train, like getting all the attention on him. So that's what I'm thinking.
It wasn't a
I just felt like-
bandwagon.
I'm just like-
I need a
What?
follow.
Everyone was on me. It was a bad
Follow
bad.
Greg.
It wasn't a bandwagon
Do you have a
because
second on Greg?
Follow Greg.
I'll second.
Alright.
Okay. I accuse Greg because he has been very distractive. You know, we're talking too much about Slags and we don't really care, you know, who killed Slags. We just want to find out the Mafia. And also, he's been very emotional, and being emotional is bad because then it leads the town in a very bad direction and we want to follow logic. So I think even if we mislynch him, you know, I would be okay with that.
Defense.
Defense. I've already elaborated on the point that most people had a problem with earlier. If you disagree with my reads on Charlie, then that's unfortunate, but I still think that Charlie has not contributed to the game in the way that he normally does. I can't believe that you don't have someone that you actually think is Mafia during day one.
You know, the last three, there have been like 3 games yesterday where I didn't have somebody on day one. We just like went to sleep, but we didn't kill anybody.
Okay.
And so it's like I'm not gonna hit.
I mean,
like,
I didn't vote on JJ. I agree with you. If there's people that you think are down, you shouldn't vote. But
yeah,
I also think
I don't have
there's no
anything.
reason to lynch me.
There were plenty of
Especially
questions.
you didn't get lynched.
Or
Day one.
maybe like two, oh wait, no, I was 9-0 in one of the games. That's why. But there's like 2 games where somebody didn't get lynched day
Right.
one.
What do you think of Ken?
I mean, yesterday Ken thought it was town, and I thought he was town. I think the way that he started this game out was extremely town. The way that he probed you for information before like revealing any of his extra info means that that was basically his plan from the start. So I think that that's extremely town.
exactly. That's why I don't think I bandwagoned on him.
You can't possibly say that.
No,
that Pop had bandwagon on him. That's crazy.
I think that's pretty towny out of Ken, but I also think he just might be wrong.
No,
or
he could be.
or he
I mean,
might
I'm not
just-
saying I 100%.
I didn't vote on Ken.
I just think he's the most likely. That's all.
But if he's wrong, Ken would still be town, right?
Doesn't, yeah,
Either
doesn't-
way,
if he's
town.
wrong,
Yeah, yeah,
being
yeah.
right or wrong is not
Yeah,
indicative
yeah,
of being
yeah.
town.
I don't know. My problem with Greg is just that. I mean, it's hard to say it without sounding like egocentric or whatever. But when you said that I wasn't playing like how I normally do or whatever, I felt like that was really off because I've been trying to get everybody to talk, and that's how I.
It's
always
not. It's
play
not
day
that you're
one.
not directing the conversation. It's the way that you're directing it, and the fact that you're not actually. I feel like you're not actually applying pressure, which is what you normally do.
Because I haven't.
I think
found
you
a
should.
point
I
to
think
apply
you're
it.
just. No, I think you're just Mafia and you're hiding.
I think you're just wrong. Like I see what you're saying, and I understand why Charlie doesn't see it. I see the same thing, that Charlie isn't being.
You're not
aggressive.
pressuring anyone.
I
You're not
see
pushing
that Charlie's not
anyone.
being
You're not
aggressive.
trying to get info. You're not being Charlie.
But that's also.
In my opinion, that's.
It's
that's
the same
way
thing
to
with
do it.
Ken, right? It's like just because like he's wrong or he's acting differently in some way doesn't necessarily mean he's Mafia. It just means he could be wrong. Or in this case, I don't think Charlie has anything to go on.
So yeah, if I were Mafia, I would have played the exact same way. I would have I would just like
Yeah,
pick
you
some
would've played
random
the exact
person.
same way.
I would have picked some random.
He's saying
person.
he would have played the exact same way as before.
Mafia.
Yeah, and I would have actually applied
Because he's
pressure,
Mafia.
but I don't have anybody to apply pressure to because I don't have enough information because the game is in the dark for me because I'm town. That's why I haven't been applying pressure because I haven't found a point. And the thing.
That's such bullshit.
Yeah, I'm totally killing Greg.
Alright.
Are we
but-
pushing to the vote? Are we moving forward?
Here's one thing I will say, that, to Greg's point, is that we had 30 seconds left to make it formal, and you asked, hey, MSS, what do you think? And to me, it was like, don't we have to decide in 30 seconds who we're going to target on? Instead, we're getting his thoughts, which we could have probably gotten a minute or more ago.
It's
Like,
just Kareem.
it's
Dude, I
kinda-
actually
it's
feel
kinda
like
wasting
I actually
time.
feel like
No,
it's just
I don't
running
think so
around
because
the
it's
sand.
getting more information, and I didn't think we still
I mean,
have
like-
found
Why
anything
then?
strong.
Why then? When we really need to make a decision?
No,
We're
we
starting to
don't.
deviate
We
onto
don't.
Charlie instead of
We
Greg.
don't
Yeah,
because
we're
we
on Greg.
can always push the moderator for more time. It's
we
like a
pushing?
soft thing that we've done in
Are we-
every single game.
Are we
It's like
pushing the
really
vote?
good
Are we
peer
pushing
pressure.
to a
Yeah.
vote?
Alright, I'm modding the next game. You're fucked.
Are we pushing to a vote?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like Greg.
Heads down. If you would like to vote on Greg, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is a majority. There's 13 people there.
Wait,
Can we
keep
see
your
who
hands up,
voted?
keep your
Can
hands
we see
up.
who voted?
Thanks.
All right.
Alright.
Now let's go to sleep. Mafia, please raise your heads. First kill, please, Mafia. Second kill, please, Mafia. Cop, please raise your head. Who would you like to check? Head down, please. Medic, who would you like to save? Head down, please. Vigi, head up, please. Would you like to use your shot? Vigi, head down, please. Head up. In the night, we lost one person. Joker. You are.
Okay, so we either got one Mafia, right? Or Medic saves
Double,
someone.
or double stack.
Or they double stack.
Which is possible with this short.
No, I don't think you double stack if you don't have certain, like if you don't know it's a cop or a
I don't think
medic.
you double stack on the second night, would you?
I don't think you
Yeah,
double
I
stack
agree.
so early.
Ken, what do you make
You
of
don't-
that last night?
That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why that happened. Because I was pretty sure it was Pimp and he accused Greg, and Greg died, and the kill power
Maybe
reduced.
you're supposedly reduced.
Can I-
Or Medic on the stack.
If Greg is indeed, or was indeed Mafia, could it be that, because he only soft accused Greg, sorry for using that sentence, and as a Mafia, wouldn't you
But he was the
like to
first
do
one that did it.
He started him.
No,
I
started it.
I was throwing credit at him before you were going in as well.
So one
Like, you
thing,
backed me up.
one thing that the Mafia could do at this point is to double stack Shobra is if we were actually really close. Like imagine a world where Pimp and Charlie are together, right? And then this would throw us off completely, right? They would take out a strong town and they would throw us off completely off Pimp because the fact that Greg dies almost assuredly means that Pimp's not Mafia, right?
And Charlie's not Mafia. Because
Okay,
Charlie also accused
Right,
him.
In my head, it clears those two.
So it basically clears two people who could be
I think
Mafia.
it should clear the three of us.
Yeah.
He started it, she started
She
the
forward.
forward, I was the one that applied pressure.
Right, so I'm saying that's the only reason I can see a Mafia double stack.
I just don't, like, the issue with that is I believe that's more likely, but there's
Do you
no,
think
like...
Greg is Mafia?
No.
Do you think Medic's is?
No.
Do you think they double
I
stack?
think they stacked.
Then why
Why
would
would
you
you
say
stack
double
them?
stack? Why would they double stack?
To hide.
Do you think this just because you think Pimp is Mafia?
Correct.
So your entire world is based off of Pimp being Mafia?
Yeah, because I heard him move again.
So this reminds me of... Okay, so
I'm not even joking. Like,
Oh my god,
Is,
what?
it,
There
is,
is-
is there a
How?
chance that it was someone else other
In
than
that area.
Wouldn't you be more paranoid about moving?
What do you think about those two?
I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't hear anything.
Like if,
So I don't
it was
hear
very,
anything.
very quiet, and it was like...
Does that mean anything though?
It doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. All right. So
Look, I would just
no,
yeah,
guys.
like,
Like,
Wait a
there's
second.
no sound.
Remember, Ken, when
It's just
you
wrong.
yesterday were so convinced that Purge was Mafia.
Yeah.
And
They
you
claimed cop.
claimed cop.
Or-
And
I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop this
you
time.
threw it again.
Just
You
town.
got it. You threw it
Just town
again.
this time. Just town this
Okay,
time.
but you remember that.
I remember that.
So you were dead set on Purge being Mafia, and he
Correct.
was not. So there is a chance that you were wrong.
Correct.
Please accept that.
I am.
just
I am
tell me
accepting
how I
that.
can
Okay.
have any noise. Like how does?
I think
Like,
there
I
is
can't just-
there is
I-
100%
I-
a chance. There's a 100%
Yeah,
chance
which
that
two we
Ken
asking
is
me about?
wrong, but in the
Pimp-
scenario,
Pimp and Ken.
Like
well,
Do you think either of those two are Mafia? Do you think either of them are town?
Oh, well, after the whole Pimp's first bill, obviously, I didn't vote to kill him. Because I didn't actually play the game where he played Mafia, but as you said, if the logic was he was playing different to that, I was, willing to go with you.
Okay.
And after, obviously, this night, as we're saying, this kind of clears you. So, in my mind, I am a little bit suspicious on Ken. The fact that he continues to push on Pimp. And also, I was going to ask
I don't think
Cap-
it's. I don't think it's possible. Like
Okay,
I don't
just-
think I can
just-
convince
okay,
Ken.
that's
I
fine.
want
Like,
to ask Cap
but-
what
but
he thinks,
let's-
because Cap, you said earlier, you felt that Charlie and Ken were different. This has kind of cleared Charlie. So, what do you think of Ken?
I don't think it's clear to me.
Ken, did you
I
vote?
would-
on
Like
I was
in the
thinking-
world that
no.
Ken's right, this doesn't clear Charlie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Oh,
let's
no,
just
no,
run through
no,
if
but
Ken
let's
is
Can you
right.
let this
When we say clear, we just mean like maybe 10% more likely.
Yeah,
at your
it's
town.
Sure,
We
sure.
never mean 100%.
But
by
okay,
any means.
I
So-
agree that Ken could be wrong. That's true. But if Ken is right in that scenario, then hedging our bets and taking out Pimp would actually be a good play.
No,
because if he's
What
wrong,
do you think about Blur? Right here.
I know. I think Blur's okay. I think.
Can you go around the room and give your reads?
Wait, why? I think you're fine after the Greg thing.
Okay.
I think Cap at the start because of the way he was looking at it, he's trying to solve the game. So,
Okay. So you
I
think
think,
we're
I think Ellie, she's been quite quiet, so I'm always suspicious of the quiet people. So Ellie
I'm
and
always
Arif,
playing the late game.
I kind of put you in the
never
same
say
basket
something
where I'm
in the first
unsure.
ones.
Okay.
Shiva, I normally say she's Mafia. I don't know. I think I'm gonna say she's Mafia.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I like to see
Because you're
kind of
always
reaction I get out of
Okay.
it. As I said, Blur, I think it's
What
just.
about MSS?
As I said, Arif and Ellie in the same basket because they've both
Okay.
been quiet.
Okay.
But for the same reason that someone else brought up at the start when someone asked MSS about Pimp and he had like an idea, that in itself seems pretty towny. And then Bonnie, again, the way, because you went on Greg, you were the one to second, or did you start?
Formal.
You
Yeah,
formal
formal.
Greg. So I think because of obviously odd, right, probability-wise, Greg was Mafia because
Okay.
the kill power's gone down, or Medic made a save or whatnot. So I think Bonnie's pretty safe. And then Pimp, as I said, because of his defense, I'm kind of in a better place, and I'm more suspicious of Ken than Pimp. And then Grant, again, he's kind of like Arif and Ellie, very quiet, so I'd still put suspicious on.
I'm the cop. I checked the stocks first night, and then I checked Owen. Owen's different. Owen's Mafia.
No. Okay, he's lying. I'm the cop. First night I checked Slacks because I knew that the high chance Mafia would kill him. Slacks was obviously not Mafia. Then I checked Arif the second night because I was a little bit suspicious of his quietness, and Arif is the same as Slacks.
Either
I
way,
didn't come out.
either
I've not
way-
come out yet because I don't have any.
Either way, the best play we can make is vote Booker, right?
Oh,
No.
Shut up.
You hedge your bets, you get one off your
No, I got something. All right, when you went around,
Shut the fuck up. When you went around the room, you said you were suspicious of Arif just because he was quiet.
Yes.
Okay, but you had him cleared.
No,
because
not
of the
until
cop
today.
thing.
Not.
Yeah, but
Until right now, but he had to go around the room.
Yeah, because
so
I
he knew he was cleared. In which case, what wouldn't you just at least give him some
No,
sort of
'cause-
town shade?
No, 'cause
like,
it-
wouldn't you have been like, you know what? I feel like something he said early on. Even if you had to make it up, you're the cop. You know he's town. You want to convince the other town that he's town.
but because I know he's town.
Can I
want to see who kind of comes across with me and says, yeah, also I'm suspicious
By
of
the way,
Arif because they're the Mafia.
So I
Very
was-
town in this situation.
I was very suspicious when Charlie said, Owen, can you give us your reads? It's like, who cares about Owen's reads here? They're mostly wrong. So, like, what would his reason be to ask you for your reads? That would be because he knows you're a Mafia.
No, Charlie always does.
I didn't think he
always
was cop,
goes
but I
back.
thought he was super suspicious of Owen. The moment
Dude,
he's
you
like,
can't
go
believe
around. It's
Charlie
like, oh, he's
fake
like,
plays
he's got
the
Owen.
cop.
Can I say
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
So first of all, I'm just going to go with Charlie's cop. He's right. Owen's Mafia, and to add to the game, I think Austin's doing one of the plays when he is actually Mafia and he throws someone under the bus. Owen, because he that's just his Mafia play. He just throws one Mafia under the bus. So I'm suspicious of him and
I mean-
Owen. And
Or that
think
was
Charlie's
just a good
cop.
town.
And he is turning a lot redder.
Or that was
What
just
he
a
is,
good
Mafia.
town read.
He is.
No, I think it's your classic
I
throw
trust
some
Alex.
Mafia.
This is
under
gonna
the
look
bus.
bad for me because I know,
I don't
dude,
know.
if he's gonna fake play
I don't
the
know
cop
about that.
and I come out as cop,
I really
you're
don't
probably
know.
gonna kill me
Maybe they
anyway.
did it with
So
Grant.
town's fucking
I don't
lost.
know.
So you did it with Bonnie as well.
I am cop.
But
I don't know why
the
he's
fact
gone out
that you
this
claim
far.
cop after he did that to you is actually.
I
like-
agree. This is.
It feels like 90% Charlie's right,
Yeah.
and 10% you're right. Even if you're town.
Ken,
No,
what are
I'm
you
not. I'm
thinking,
cop.
Ken?
I'm not just town. I'm the cop. You're gonna kill the cop if you kill me. You're gonna let
Alright.
Charlie and Ken bullshit.
But then we'd lose the
Wait,
scenario
you think
where
I'm not-
he
As I said,
perfectly the
when
cop.
I went around, I said you're likely to. I said Ken, he's the one that I would have checked next night. That's why I would not come out now because I only had 2 confirmed town. I want to try and get a Mafia read,
you're
so I
so
would have
done,
checked
dude.
Ken the next night.
You're dead as heck.
Do you believe this act?
Yes.
Yes.
Really? I mean, I can
Tell
tell
me, he perfectly read the cop.
Can I hear from Ken?
What?
He perfectly picked you as the cop.
No, he was asking, but he does this every game.
No,
he
it's
goes to you
one
and
other
asks
game.
you
He
every
claims
round.
cops day 2 every game.
Can I hear from Ken?
I mean, if you want to let Charlie win the game like that.
He would have lost the game if any of us were cop. If anyone else was cop, he would have lost the
Okay,
game.
in what,
Why would he make
in
that
what-
play if he's
look,
Mafia?
look, in what world where I play a game and I am the cop and someone else fake claims and then I have to defend myself and come out as the cop, would you ever believe me? Never. This is obviously
But
one of those
this is
situations.
your
As soon as I got the cop at the start,
Stop.
I knew that it was going to be a hard game for me because you're never going to believe me over someone else like Charlie. Fake life.
Okay, wait, one thing. Wasn't like all of day one talking about how Slacks was a like super possible vigilante kill? We just completely are saying no to that now?
Because no vigilante came
Because
out.
no one came out.
Someone came out claimed.
Also, there were 2 kill power. The second.
Yeah,
the
that
second
could've
there
been
were
a
2 kill
double
power.
kill.
No,
like
there
you
was
said.
only 1 kill.
Oh, okay.
Or vigilante.
There's one.
I think the main thing
most
is
likely scenario is Greg was Mafia.
Yes.
He's dead. Only 1 kill power. Owen.
That's most likely, yeah, vote.
Owen.
Yeah.
Okay. In my
Owen didn't
world,
vote.
No, I mean,
Greg
Charlie-
didn't vote.
Well,
Ken didn't vote.
In my world, I think it was very clear that Greg was gonna pass anyways. So I don't think the votes mattered that much. And then in my world, Owen is very clearly Mafia, and then he sort of like he says yes, Greg was Mafia, just to sort of like align everybody's thinking, and because he knows that Greg is Mafia. I don't know. Occam's razor.
In my mind, obviously, he is lying, so he is guaranteed
Can I-
Mafia. You started the thing on Greg, right? Shiva kind of joined board, and then who was going ham on him the rest of the time? Charlie. And
Charlie
then who
Bunny.
seconded the formal? Charlie, because they knew that it was going to be a vote. Greg got voted out. Do you not see how
No,
there is a world where Charlie is
there's
bullshit?
always a world for
the world is only if you're
percentage
exactly
play.
cop.
So do
Yes,
you think
and I am
the
cop.
super low percentage?
I checked Slack,
There's like
and then I
1, 2,
checked
3,
a read.
4,
Okay,
and I
can
read
you
the
settle down?
stat.
Can you settle down? Can you settle down?
One
I
conversation.
want to please hear from Grant and from Ken Chen because
What do you want to hear?
It's just what you think about the situation we
I
have.
mean,
here.
obviously, it's like 99% chance he's caught. That's it. That's all I have. Like, he's Mafia.
Look, okay, if this all didn't happen and Charlie came out as cop and someone else and literally anyone else claimed cop,
If
I
anyone
would
else
believe,
did it, you would have had
I would have
something,
believed
because it's me.
a
Yeah.
world
Yeah.
that I would have believed a world that it's Charlie, pimp, and like capitalist or something.
I don't believe that world anymore.
But I want to believe that so much, but the fucking chance that Charlie just randomly comes out as cop day 2, points at someone and says, you checked him, right? And he's Mafia, and then this exact person comes out as cop, like,
Why did you check?
Seriously,
There's no way.
the other Mafia members should have come out as
checked-
cop.
I'll
What were
explain
they
this.
doing? What were they doing?
I checked
I
Owen
agree.
because
Yeah.
I think it's like for me personally when I play parody cop, I think it's like a waste to check people that talk a lot or contribute to the game. Because you can get reads off of that. I want to check people that I don't know anything about. It's a free
if
read.
it's him and pimp and someone else, it's just over. Like the game is just
It's
so.
not me.
No. Why are you saying someone else?
Because I didn't know
Greg was
anything
the
about him,
Mafia.
and this is the way to get the most
Greg
information.
was
You
the
think Greg was
Mafia.
Mafia with
Wait,
Charlie?
if Greg's
Yes,
Mafia and
absolutely. He starts with it. He fucking.
I mean, I just can't. I can't
Owen,
imagine.
you're
that.
so done.
I can't imagine he accused Greg. Like, there's no way.
Can we,
Why? He did. He
What is
fucking
about
proved
it?
it.
yo, can we go one by one? Grant, you think Owen?
Yep. No, I think he's bad.
Yeah, he's bad. Ken, you think he's bad? Pimp, you think he's
I
bad?
mean, I'm gonna
All
get
right,
killed. So
general
what's gonna
consensus
happen?
He's bad.
But you're gonna kill the cop. You're gonna lose the game to fucking
Owen,
Charlie.
Owen,
I've
just
lost
stop
twice.
talking. We've got the rest of the day
He lost
too.
to win in
There's
day
no
3.
way that Tim and Greg are different because if
Yeah, sure.
or the
Different.
same, the same. Because if Greg went crazy on Charlie with no provocation, really, and then Charlie accused Greg and got him lynched, there's no way two
Reduce
Mafia
kill
can act
power
like that.
like
right?
for no reason
So there
when there was already so much suspicion on Pimp. Like Charlie, if he was Mafia, would have pushed this, and it could
Look,
have
could be
happened.
both.
Don't you
It could be
see?
both.
If you're Charlie,
It
you
could be
make this
both.
play, you take Greg out, you claim clock.
No.
He's now invincible.
Charlie had-
You're
no,
never gonna
no,
kill him until
no,
the end of
no,
the
There's
fight.
no
Charlie-
way.
Charlie
There's
had
no
Charlie is
way.
Mafia.
No
You
way.
gotta give him a
Stop
really easy
No.
fashion. He doesn't have to
One
do this
person
sick
talking,
play.
you
Like
moron.
Thank you.
We have the rest of day 2. We're
Yeah,
never
we should
gonna
do
lynch
this.
him.
I mean,
have the rest
I
of
don't
the day
think
too.
there any kind of discussion is
My
going on.
most town are. I have a soft town read on Grant. I think Ken is very clearly town for me just because I think Owen's Mafia. And then Pimp, Bonnie, Shiver? And then
I mean, if you
and
want
then
to
I
lose
guess
to this.
and then probably MSS because he cleared him.
Just that it's so unlikely.
you think
Owen,
he
like,
cleared
That's-
it, so therefore
That actually doesn't
I mean,
give you
as soon as I knew
Right,
because
because
I knew I would be forced to
Yeah,
take
yeah,
that
yeah.
position.
So
So
maybe
maybe,
so maybe
Hey, one conversation.
One!
he's over.
I'm gonna
Comes out
monthly
with one and I
wall.
lose.
He's more
Town
town
loses, you
for
lost
me
the shot.
than Mafia. That's all. And then the most suspicious people,
What do you think of Cap? What do you think of anything?
maybe, sure. I mean, like, I have to like reevaluate my world about Cap after that last like game, whatever.
Last night?
Yeah. So my most suspicious people left are Blur, Ellie, Cap.
Not Grant?
Huh?
Not Grant?
No, I think he's more town.
I thought you just said MSS because I cleared it.
No, I think he's more
town.
More town. A little bit, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I think Owen of all players might actually just try to keep his.
Yeah,
mind.
sure.
So
That's why I said
that.
Yeah, that's why
I
I said
could see
only a
that.
little bit. That's why I said only a little bit. But everybody's natural inclination is to claim somebody, just clear a town.
Right. Just to get one person on their side.
Yeah, that's just your natural inclination.
Sure.
That's why I think he's more town.
Why would he choose a reef to clear his town? Though?
That's not a very vocal town. To
I mean,
clear.
I think he panicked.
You
He's
just-
like, I got.
No, I told you. I checked a reef the second night
5 minutes.
because I was suspicious.
A reef had never
because he'd been
convinced
quiet.
You were suspicious of a reef.
Anyways,
Yes.
That's so
Look,
weird.
the reason
Yo,
can we stop talking about this? I think the reason I'm suspicious of Blur actually is because he was like, let's kill both of them, and then he changed his tune real quick.
I just got like the Mafia math. Usually, when there's two cop claims that I think are in this case they're not equal. I like believe you far more because he did it in reaction. But usually, if let's say you came out and Bonnie came out, I'm like, well, the only way we could do it is if we had our bets. But I think I was wrong on the math there because you're clearly
'cause it's
right
me.
because he
It's 'cause
reacted
it's
it to
me.
you, right?
He thinks that it's you and Greg. I cannot believe that it's you and Greg. Like, I just can't believe you bust someone. That
The
makes no
scenario
sense.
that
No
your
way.
Mafia is impossible
could've
to
easily
because
killed
you would not
Right,
take Greg
okay,
out.
Okay, I mean that's the reason I'm suspicious of Blur. That's
That
it.
makes
because,
sense. I'm fine with
because he was like, let's kill both.
Yeah, why would you want to kill both? You just like.
I just said it.
But
That
you played Mafia with Austin Mafia. What's your read on him?
Yeah, I'm kind of suspicious of Kev now because he was like so willing to be like, yeah, okay, we still have
What's the
day 2,
first
you know,
person
let's shut up Owen, let's not talk anymore.
I mean,
so it's like
this guy's.
he might be willing to
No,
throw Owen
do
under
that.
the bus if he's Mafia, so
I know.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
suspicious
no, I
of
can save
it.
myself.
But then again,
Let Bonnie talk. God damn it.
but then again, these people are kind of suspicious too. Like, why do you want to kill both of them? That's super weird. I don't know. And
I
then,
mean, I can repeat my point, is that when there are two equal cop claims, this is not the case, so I was wrong. But when there are two equal cop claims, I think the best thing a town can do is never let one cop sit in the game who could potentially be the fake cop and then control the game.
I'm
right?
okay with this for now.
Yeah,
but
I just, it was a reaction
you can
when I
only
first
lynch
heard
one,
it,
the math
but...
doesn't work out.
Huh?
The math doesn't work out there because you can only lynch one, so one always survives the night, right?
But then you lynch the one the next night. In the next
That's
day.
what he,
No,
that's
but
what,
then
that's
you-
what he said.
Yeah, okay, but you can still make a case for the one cop you left and see, which information aligns if it works out. You can, you shouldn't just lynch twice with or both cops. Like that makes
I
sense.
mean,
whatever. Let's not do this right now.
Okay. This is a
We
Mafia
should do
math
this,
thing. It's
uh,
not...
We Cap talk.
The person I'm most suspicious of right now, I was thinking about Ellie, but I think Ellie's just wrong in this case, and I'm actually suspicious of Shiva instead. I'm always suspicious of anybody who's going to be, the only contribution is going to be getting us back on track, but not actually contributing past that. And I feel like that was the one thing, day one, I was like, okay, that's fairly towning, right? And she was like, guys, we're getting off track. She said something about that, and we steered toward the right direction. But ever since then, I haven't gotten anything from Shiva. I think Ellie is more likely to be wrong. I was very suspicious of her going into this day 2 because she hadn't said anything, and she made some bullshit about like
I'm a late game.
yeah, I'm gonna late game. But I think she legitimately believes it. Like I think she legitimately wants to be able to play that way. I think she's just wrong in this case. I mean, I made a town read. Like how are you possibly then going to bury me
I were
for
to
making
call
a
you,
town call?
If I were to call you bandwagony, what would you say to that?
I would say that's wrong.
And then please tell me why.
I mean, I think usually the way I try and support arguments that make sense to me. And I try and shut down arguments that don't make sense to me.
Yeah, can you just listen to
So, for example, I think that what your read, or the reason that Greg was going so hard on you, I didn't want to discount anything that you were saying about that because of the fact that I didn't think you had any strong. Because as Mafia, you could just as easily make up some bullshit, right?
You have
like
2
you already,
minutes.
you already had this established tell on me, right? And you could just as easily, as Mafia, if you wanted to be able to play the aggressive style that you do, you just as easily could have used that to be aggressive on me, or you could have made up some other bullshit about somebody else. And, I think most people agree that you're one of the top 5 town here. So in that case, if you make some sort of oh, I had just a body language read, really that's all you need to say at that point in time. You could have easily done that to anybody. So I think that in that case, I feel like I didn't want to discount anything that you were saying. I was fairly suspicious of what Ken was doing going into day number 2 because he soft defended Greg.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to see during that day one, we lynched Greg, what's going to happen. Most likely, we successfully lynched Mafia, and that means we're only down to 1 kill power. I think that oftentimes Mafia will try and soft defend somebody before it goes into a full lynch, right? If they can read the room and say like, okay, maybe I can steer this one away, in that case, you prevent it from going from 2 kill power to 1.
I don't know, I'm like 50-50.
So, we're obviously going to kill him, but I want to make this point because I was thinking about it last night when we were watching
1 minute.
about how, right now, let's say the world is, there's one world where it's Greg, Owen, and one more, right? And in that world, there'd be only 1 Mafia left, right? We have a very hard time losing to that world. And there is another world where we could be lose to some sick plays, and someone could be double stacking Chobra, and, you know...
There's 2 Mafia left.
And there'll be 2 Mafia left because he's very likely...
Well, in that world, then he's fake and there's 3 Mafia left.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that would make sense on that story.
There is a...
That
No.
Regardless of that...
There's another world where I'm real, and then we were wrong about Greg, but they still double tap.
That's also a world.
Correct.
I think...
And then we kill him, and then
If we think about the
2, 3, or 1.
I think if we think about how we can lose the game, it's very unlikely we lose the game in the scenario that those 2 are both Mafia, right? We can lose the game to the other scenarios. I think for the rest of the days, we should actually try to protect ourselves against those scenarios because we should be winning right now, right?
Right, I think like...
I need a formal.
All right, a formal Owen.
I second it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
Mafia.
But as I said, I am the cop. You make a
Defend.
mistake, keep your eyes on him. My 2 reads, as I said, I checked Slack, and then I checked Arif was clear because it was the same as Slack.
Okay, so who's Mafia? Apart from...
Well,
from
as I
Charlie?
said, Greg and Charlie.
Greg, Charlie,
I know
and
you guys
Greg.
laugh at that and make
No, who's
hysterics,
the
but
third?
you've got to consider that.
Okay, and who's the
because that's
third?
gonna. I don't know who the third is.
Not me anymore?
Okay, but...
I said, well, I always say
Can you still
Mafia,
give
but
your
I don't
reads?
really
Like,
believe in that.
if you're a town and you mislynch you have to give...
Well, as I said, when I went around, the other person I'm suspicious of about it.
Okay.
So I would say Ken, Charlie, and Greg.
Are we pushing to a vote?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, please raise your hands if you'd like to vote. Okay. Owen, I believe you are dead. Time to go.
Everyone.
Mafia, please raise your heads. Who would you like to use your first kill? And your second kill? Okay, please put your heads down. Cop, who would you like to check? Heads down. Medic, who would you like to see? Head down. Vigi, head up. Who would you like to shoot? Heads down. Town awakened and Charlie is dead.
I mean...
Did Medic not save Charlie?
He might have saved the guy before.
Maybe he could have been the
Maybe the medic already died.
It doesn't matter.
That's a really
Either
risky...
medic has died.
That's a really risky Mafia kill because it could have gotten saved.
I think...
No, but maybe the
you have
medic
to
is
kill.
dead.
No, but the thing with Mafia is, if we only have 1 Mafia left, that's like a desperation play. It makes sense to kill him. Like, you go for the all-out play. Because you
Yes.
can't leave him
Yeah.
in the game.
But maybe the medic.
I mean, like, that... So he was the cop. You can't be Mafia anymore. Greg was Mafia. So
Wait,
my bad.
Why does that,
You motherfucker.
Look,
why does that clear Pim?
because he went on Greg. And
Yeah, but why does Charlie being cop clear Pim/Greg?
because he was the first person to accuse Greg.
Yeah.
And
I know that Greg.
I
mean,
roasted
I
Greg
believe
was
Greg
Mafia.
was Mafia, but how does Charlie being cop confirm Greg being Mafia?
because
Well, Charlie and me were on Greg.
Well, I can
That
explain it.
doesn't-
Like,
that doesn't make.
I can explain it. The only way that this is like all mind fucking us is if Charlie was fake cop, this guy was the real cop, and he was
No,
Mafia.
he was the real cop, and he
Right.
was Mafia. So we
I
only
think-
have But why do you think we only have one Mafia left? Couldn't it be two?
It could be.
I'm not saying there's only one Mafia left. I'm just saying he's not Mafia anymore. I don't
Charlie
think
had a
he's Mafia.
town read on him.
It could be.
And he accused Greg, and Greg was Mafia, and I don't think he would do
There
like.
could have been a double stack on Chobra or a medic save on on the Chobra turn, and there could have been the Mafia could have been taken down with OD, and then they had one on Charlie, and that's what happened. That could be
I
a
think
scenario.
that's low percentage play though.
Huh?
We should keep it in mind, but I think we should play off of.
Well, sure,
that
but we
percentage.
can't
That's
lose the
201.
one Mafia play. Like, how are we gonna lose the one Mafia?
No, they're.
What are you talking
they're
about?
really
We
good.
could lose them with
We
one
can
Mafia.
We
definitely-
could.
We have no
but I'm
fucking
saying-
confirmed shit anyway.
Sure. It's much more likely that even that smaller chance that's the way we like that. We can hedge our bets against the smaller chance.
No, dude, we have no more information. Like, all the claims from now on out can be completely wrong. Like,
Yeah, we
anyone can
need
say
new
medic,
information.
anyone can say Vigi. There's no confirmed town anywhere, really.
Right. A medic claim wouldn't be bad.
Well, I don't think it's him, but
I don't think.
I mean,
yeah.
it makes no sense.
He's
I-
probably
I'm
the
not
most
town.
confirmed. He's probably gonna die one of the
So you
nights.
think that someone, when you're a medic now, would be hopeful?
If you
No.
are a medic, you can.
Well,
No.
Let's talk about
That
it.
is
Let's talk about it.
not
It's a
the
good
plan.
idea
It's not
first.
safe.
You only come
do
out
that when you have a win
No,
condition.
you only come
Yeah.
out as medic if the town is actively going in the wrong direction with their reasoning, and
Actually,
you know
think-
otherwise because
I
of
think
what
he's,
you say.
he's clean because I don't think he would clear another Mafia that way.
I was about to give that an outline.
I
I
don't think he would.
I kind of agree with Blur that you should at least consider like if anybody is going to clear a fellow mafia, it might be someone like Owen.
That's true.
Who didn't vote for Greg?
You didn't.
I did not.
Greg,
vote for Greg.
Grant didn't.
Oh, I didn't vote for Greg.
You didn't.
So I think
Did
the
you guys vote for
Mafia
Greg?
is, as silly as that sounds, I think the Mafia is among us four.
Probably.
Yeah.
I agree.
I know it's not me, but you know, like I still think that
The
that's.
only thing I have last night, you could hear when Charlie was checking, like everyone heard his chair
Yeah.
move. The only person
I
he would
agree
do
with
that for would be Ellie. Like
What?
if he's trying to point around
Or me.
Austin.
Oh,
No,
of
he can
course.
point like this.
But he wouldn't check
He'd
it.
have to point around
That's
you.
so. That's so.
Because you're talking
You can
about
say
it.
that, but who else would he move his chair for? Like you would tell he's
But
actively
he
like, no,
told-
he can just point at anybody except
He
you.
told us before that he prefers to check the quiet people because.
Yeah.
Exactly,
He checks
he is
it.
quiet.
But we
Yeah,
don't.
but then it doesn't.
It doesn't give us information.
give
It doesn't
information
tell us
about
because
That's
What if-
it.
you just said it's among us four, and
Yeah,
that's
but he was
what I
only
have on her.
semi-suspicious of her.
That means-
so,
yeah,
so
that
out of
means
the
he's
four
suspicious.
people, like
That's what
this
I'm saying,
might have
adding
been
on.
his, number one choice.
Okay.
So
Okay.
That's a good point.
I mean, fair enough. Like, I actually think we should vote off us four. As silly as, I mean, like, obviously I don't think you should vote off me because I know I'm town, but like, that is, like, the people that didn't vote on Greg are the people that we should be looking at, I think.
I agree. That's definitely the high percentage.
That's the higher.
I'll just point out that Ellie. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that just happened. So if she was
What?
going to go on,
What'd
I was
she
going to
say?
say the fact that Ellie is kind of like Merlini, right? Where if she gets something, she won't let go of it.
Yeah.
And so I was going to point out the
That's
fact
what
she
I
hadn't said anything yet. Like even if she's wrong, she's still going to go for it. But
Yeah.
she
you
obviously.
know,
You think
my
it's
last
Austin?
Yeah, I think it's 100% Austin. That's why I asked for Bonnie's opinion. And I watched more Mafia than I actually played. And after every game, we talk. And I think this is the classic play. And he's done it so many times. When to win his game, he actually has to throw a Mafia under the bus. And what he did when he actually made his read, he dismissed me. He threw shade on Cheever and tried to make alliances with Charlie and with you. So
Me?
I didn't
yeah.
try to make alliances with Tim. That's.
I mean, I just think he voted on Greg and maybe he busted him and maybe we have to end up talking about that later, but I just think it's more likely that we vote off
Cap,
him
you
or
voted
fucking
on
Ellie.
Greg, right?
Yeah, he did.
And that was a deciding vote. So that vote was close.
Yeah, that's why the vote has so much
Yeah, but
weight.
like
in this
Ellie
round.
says, Cap would throw someone in the bus.
At the same
It's
time,
the thing is,
at the same time, how are you going?
Mafia player.
Yeah, but would you rather vote off someone that voted for Greg or didn't vote for Greg? And I think that's the only.
I'd rather us not look at that at all.
No, I disagree.
What?
That's huge
No,
evidence.
no, no.
That's actually logical evidence we have.
I know I didn't vote for Greg, and I still think that's wrong.
I know. I didn't vote for Greg.
I know.
And I still think we should vote off people that
I think
didn't
we
vote
should
for
do
Greg.
the opposite. We should look at people that.
That is so wrong. That is actually
Okay, that
super
makes
wrong.
no
That
sense.
makes no sense.
Yeah, just
Where's my
that
smile?
should not be the case because there's no way that you think it's more likely that the people that voted for Greg are Mafia. How does that even make?
I think Austin would do that play.
Maybe he would, but everyone else wouldn't. Like, I just don't.
Okay, how would you tell the difference between me as town and me as mafia in that case? Because I point out something that is very town that destroys Owen's fake claim, even though it was already falling apart, right? At that point in time, like, how can you tell the difference between me as town and
first
me
of
as
all,
Mafia?
you
Wouldn't I
choose
still
Shader
do
and
that as
Shiver,
town?
and I think that's not very downplay because she was Mafia like once, so that's not the person to throw shade on. First of all, second, after the second night, you were the most talkative person here. Like you started a conversation and you were like actively leading until Charlie came out and pointed out.
Yeah, because then there's something hard to talk about. Why would I lead any conversation at that point in time?
I don't think we can. I don't think we're voting him off this time.
I don't think we are.
And I think.
I think the high percentage plays to go with Ellie.
I think
also
Ellie-
because of.
Wait, how
this-
is it take Elia? She voted on Greg.
No, she didn't.
No, she did. No, she did not vote on Greg.
It was me, you, Ellie, and Grant that
I
did.
think
Oh.
that if Ellie was
I don't kill all
Mafia,
those
she would be more quiet and not.
She is very quiet.
She's super
No,
quiet.
no, no,
Now she's not.
she's-
She's the last
she's not
Mafia
putting
left.
attention on herself quite heavily
No,
about
she
being
is
capitalist and,
I'll-
and actually
I'll
go
do the
hard on
grand
that.
formally.
And I think that if she would be Mafia, she would put the claim that she thought Cap was Mafia, but then also.
Who,
Cap
okay,
thought
if you don't think
Cap
it's her, who do you think it is?
I actually.
I don't know if she's actually.
Wait, you actually think we should vote off someone that voted for Greg over someone that we didn't?
Yeah.
That's okay.
And what is sorry? What's the logic behind that?
The logic behind it is that I think Cap would be a person that does that.
But we can.
So
but
so
I-
you're
I would
banking
vote
on Cap doing the low percentage play,
so
right?
If they're accusing each other, we could just vote from both.
That's fine too.
I agree with
No, I
that.
want to keep Cap alive for now.
Me too.
Right, we're talking about an order, but we
Okay.
can get both.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
So-
Whatever.
There's multiple ways of playing Mafia. One of the ways is the start of the game, you see your fellow Mafia, you got Owen, you got Greg, okay, you're by yourself, you know, you're just making your own island and you're gonna throw them under the bus whenever you need to because you know that the way that you're gonna win is by doing it yourself because both of them are not very, I mean, I know Greg worked his way into the Mafia win yesterday, but generally, people figure them out. So, I think that that might be a way to play Mafia.
I really don't think we should go him and then her. I
No,
think
that
it's
makes
her
no
and-
sense.
It's her and then him. Are you okay
I
with
don't
that?
care about orders.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Why are we even talking about killing Cap at all?
Because she's accused. I mean, like.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Shiver and her think we should kill Cap. I'm
That's
pretty
two
sure
people.
everyone else thinks we should kill her first.
I think we should kill Ellie first.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I mean, like,
I
it's
mean,
kind of
Do
a
you have
pointless.
formal on me?
Formal
I'll formulate.
Okay.
Okay, if you have
You don't
something
think
very
it's
important to
my
say to
defense. I'm actually medic.
I knew I didn't want us to form. Why don't you just tell that before the formal?
Because it's not safe.
Well, the
I
formal
don't
doesn't
think
matter.
it's
Guaranteed
right
one
to-
afterwards.
Okay, is
So-
there another medic?
Okay.
Coming
I mean, no, it was obvious that she thought she was medic because remember when I said, "Hey, should a medic come out?" That she asked
Yeah,
like,
she was.
I don't
like, I knew
remember
she was
that.
medic.
I don't
like,
remember that.
I was
So
like, I
my
don't want to
first
go on
save
her.
was Austin, because obvious. My second was Charlie, because I don't know.
So then you couldn't save him. and
Yeah,
then-
so I couldn't save Charlie the second time, so I pointed at Bonnie because I think she's confirmed town.
I mean, she's got to be the medic. I really don't think she's capable of doing this. So.
No, I think
So
she's the medic.
recent-
I didn't think she was.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
now
not the
she
one
dies
who did
tonight.
it.
I'm
So
definitely
it's possible
dead
that he's also clean because the first night was only one kill. Unless we'd have to
Was
believe
the
that
first
there's
night only
no
one
choke.
kill?
No, the first night was.
First night was
It
two.
was
Two
CC and
kills.
team flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
it's you,
so-
correct.
And then it
So
was
Charlie was saved. It was Chobra and Charlie that they tried to go for.
No,
There's
we don't know
definitely a
that.
chance that happened.
There is a chance that
But
happened.
right,
We do
I'm
not
saying
know
that one of the chances would be that Charlie.
Well,
was
she's
saved.
dead. Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, we fucked up.
I wish you just said that before the game.
Why? Why?
No, we have a guaranteed one afterwards. We
I
can just
know,
resend.
true,
I'm
true,
resending.
true, but like we could
I
have
mean,
two.
We have two right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
whatever.
am I clear?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
can
good.
I make a formal on him now?
No, that,
No,
that-
no,
that-
no,
like,
not at all,
you're
no,
good.
no,
No,
please.
shut up! Are we rescinding the vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We should have.
Yes, sir.
It should be between me,
How many
Grant,
It should be
minutes?
and
between
Ken.
Grant,
10 minutes
me,
left.
and
10
him.
minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, we can still talk.
The fact that
And I feel like Ken is super towny based on everything
The
I'm
Oh,
thing, the medic thing that he said was really good. So I don't think we should vote for him.
No, I
I
agree. I
think
think we
that
should go
Ken
for that.
just turned more scummy, if anything. I agree.
Why is that?
Because if anybody would kill off Charlie and Chobra, it would be Ken.
That's a
Ken's been
No.
pushing for the people who have voted for Greg thing, and he is one of those people. If he's the only Mafia left, that's a guaranteed
Yeah,
lose condition.
Like, I don't understand what.
Yeah,
mathematically,
I'm
you
literally
can't
gonna
win
lose
if
the
we
game
go
if I.
through the
If he's
guys
pushing
listen
for
to me.
that,
Like,
he's
what
the one who
fuck?
brought that up.
No, because
No,
he
he
would
was.
be the only one alive. His thrill is to be alive for the last 3 people and then convince one person to vote for the top
Wait,
person.
actually,
Shiva, are you doing the
does,
math?
Does that
Like,
actually
there's no
work?
way.
1,
Where's
2, 3,
easy,
4, right?
right?
No,
so,
there
okay,
isn't.
so
Think about it.
in this world,
There's
right?
9 people.
In this world, say
We lynch one.
without the medic guarantee, right? So we lynch Ellie.
We
right?
lynch-
don't.
is
No, he
just-
dies in the last
and
three.
then then Cheever dies because she did vote for Greg, right? So then we lynch. Who
Oh,
else?
yeah.
We lynch
It was-
Blur.
Yeah.
Blur, you didn't vote, right?
Correct.
So we lynch Blur.
Correct.
And then
Was
MSS
it
dies. And then we lynch Grant. And then Bonnie dies. And then that still leaves three of
and
us.
then Ken
Yeah.
dies.
And
then I
so,
would die.
so
it's a
mathematically,
guaranteed
yeah.
lose condition. I don't think he would push for that.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Why would I want that?
Because he can convince people easily that it's otherwise, or that Cap's also still Mafia because
I
there is a
still-
chance.
Okay,
that
it's
Greg-
possible it's 2. Yeah, I understand. Okay, I
But what if
understand
he
your
was
point
voted
now.
out before the last one? Like.
Because he would be able to convince people that he would be better to keep it alive.
I'm pretty
come
sure
on.
you would not, you and him and other people would not allow me to do
Wait a
that.
second. So I'm not the only one that thought you were more
If-
scummy. Reese thought so too. Why did you think that?
Then again, I always thought he was coming.
Speak up for the mics.
I always thought he was coming.
Look,
from the beginning of the game.
Look,
That
I think
really
we're winning.
never went away.
Okay, it's easy to like think of these situations, and I agree with you that that's the case. But like Charlie thought I was town 2, and he's definitely the cop, and he's usually right. You know, and yeah, I was wrong about this guy. Most likely, like 99% I was wrong. But you know that's just me being wrong. Okay, like.
The good news is with the medic now.
With her coming out, I think it's really simple. It's
Yeah.
between us 3, and
Yeah.
and honestly, like he.
I would.
How-
I would
I
definitely
think
go.
How much
Grant.
damage would we take if we actually voted Austin out?
It's.
I know you're
we
really
should take out Austin instead of Ellie because obviously Ellie would be one of the people that did.
What did we
vote for
do?
Greg.
Why would you vote for?
That makes.
Because
Look,
I still.
I
think
really
he's
like.
Suspicious.
I'm having a hard time trying to argue for my own self dying because essentially that's what I'm doing right now.
And me too.
And like-
I don't think.
So
no,
it's
no,
hard.
I don't mean that. I mean, so there were 4 people that did not vote for Greg.
Right. Obviously,
And
she's
we
out of
know that
contention.
Ellie
So
is
now we have
safe.
3, and
So
we can
what
kill a fourth
if we
person.
put Austin in there as the 4th instead
It
of Ellie?
doesn't really matter too much, but
It
also usually
does to
contributes a lot.
me.
So
Why?
Because I think he's Mafia.
Okay, so but it's fine. We can kill 4 people. We have 4 lynches
Exactly,
left. We have
that's
4
just
lynches left.
that's
Okay,
just what I'm
so we
saying.
kill this guy. We kill this guy. Then we kill Ken Shen, and we still have a lynch for Austin left.
How about we kill
We're
that
fine.
guy and then we kill that guy?
Sure,
Yeah,
whatever.
Whatever. Either way, we kill
I mean,
that guy.
fine.
Like
whatever,
I don't think
but
we should
why?
plan out that carefully. Like I think we just kill Grant and then see what happens. At the,
Yeah, right.
I do not want him to be in the final 3. Like
Me either.
he
No,
always
definitely.
loses. Like it's just.
Well, so do you,
if I-
technically.
I mean, I'm
Technically.
yeah,
If
I'm
it's a man, you're
0-1. Okay, but I was trying to convince you, and like I just think that you're just.
That's fine.
I just don't want
No,
that
I
to
agree.
happen again.
Just formally.
Like if you have to kill me too, fine. I just don't. I like do not want this situation in the
I
final
formal
3.
grant.
Oh, is there a second?
I second.
All right.
I have-
Accusation.
No, I have no defense. Just
It's-
kill me. It's the plan.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
there's
I mean,
no-
if
I'm
that's
fine with
his
that.
defense,
Defend
then
him.
I'm gonna vote for him.
Right.
Like that's
No, everyone should
It
vote.
only makes sense.
We just said
So
it.
that
We
means-
literally just said. What am I gonna say? I'm town. I am. Doesn't matter. It's
All right. Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, okay.
All right. Are we pushing to vote?
Yes.
Yeah.
Heads down. Hands up if you want to vote off Grant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're definitely Grant's gone. Of course.
Unanimous.
Did
Okay.
everyone vote? Okay. That's
I'm not sure
Honestly?
that's so good.
Oh, that's not so good.
Damn.
Mafia, please raise your head. Your first kill, please, Mafia. Thanks. Your second kill, please, Mafia. Okay. Heads down. Cop, who would you like to check? Heads down, please. Medic, head up. Who would you like to save? Heads down, please. Vigi, head up, please. Who would you like to shoot? Heads down, please.
They got me.
Town awakens and Ellie is dead.
Yep.
Okay, well that makes it actually a little simpler for us because now it's between 2 instead of like as in we don't have to do this whole. We get one more non-Greg voter.
I
in our
worried
match.
They wouldn't have voted on
with
Ellie
the plan.
anyway because she was confirmed medic.
Am I the only one that's worried that
I mean-
everybody agrees with the plan?
I don't
I
think we
do.
should vote me.
That does worry me.
I
That does
actually
worry
look,
me.
look, look. I don't want you guys to vote me off, obviously, because I know I'm town, and I actually think he's pretty clean too.
I think
to be
we're
honest.
both clean, which is what worries me.
Yeah.
Is that what if the world is that MSS was cleared by Owen because Owen for some reason cleared MSS.
When he was actually Mafia together.
When he's actually Mafia, and that was his last play to keep his last Mafia alive. That could be it, and he voted for Greg for no reason.
Ken, what do you think of Shiva?
I mean, I think it's natural to be suspicious of me. Like, I think that's.
Can we scoot this in, actually?
I think the thing is
Can we scoot in?
We can all. Should we do that or?
You can move it.
We can just move. We can move
Yeah,
seats.
you can move seats too.
Do you want us to all be like here so we have
Yeah,
no camera?
yes.
All there?
You're getting it now, guys. Yeah.
Sure. Sweet.
That's perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
What were we saying?
I said like I think it's natural that both of them are suspicious of me. I think that's actually a good sign, to be honest.
It is.
I don't.
I think the two people of or the three people of the town who've been down with the plan for 100% are Cap, Pimp, and Bonnie. You know, as in the scenario that we're
that are not gonna die.
in the scenario that me and you are both town, they would be the ones who'd be suspicious, right?
Bonnie accused Greg though. I really think it's unlikely.
Bonnie's probably not.
The problem is Ken.
Greg
We can't kill
was-
Ken. Like he
No, but
came up
I'm
with a
not
plan
okay.
to kill
I'm not
himself.
okay with the plan of like killing the rest who didn't vote. I think we should like get more.
We're not sure that Greg was Mafia because
We
Charlie
are.
was saved. No, Charlie was saved night 2, so he could have been the
It
target.
could have been Trevor Charlie.
Yeah,
It still could be two. It could be Owen was Mafia and then Charlie was saved and then there's two amongst us that are trying to sway us to do me, you, and we just lose.
That's actually
Oh
true.
yeah, that's true.
And that's the scenario that I'm worried about.
If that's true, then it has to be Arif, Bonnie, or Cap. Like,
I don't think it's Bonnie because
I don't think
pushed
it's
for
Bonnie.
Greg.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
you're
but
saying
if
Greg-
Greg
Oh
was
yeah,
not,
yeah,
if
yeah.
Greg was
in
out,
that scenario, then Bonnie could be it.
But Greg,
which also wouldn't clear
but
me,
Greg
by the
pushed-
way.
And it wouldn't clear MSS because he voted on it.
Greg pushed really hard for Charlie though. Like I think
Right.
Greg was
Oh.
Mafia.
I still think
But
Greg
the
was.
Orbis guy.
I think Greg was Mafia because he pushed really hard on Charlie. Like
Greg did
really
start
hard.
getting the thing.
Owen
that
is the one we
concerned
know
me-
is Mafia. If there's two Mafia left, that's what we're protecting ourselves against, then Owen's the one Mafia.
Yeah.
Right? Not
And
Greg.
Owen was also really suspicious of me. He said it was me
Right.
also.
So it would have to be that Greg was a Mafia for that scenario.
Yeah.
The fact that Owen is suspicious of you or not doesn't even make a difference because he might just say that he's suspicious of you.
I think
to
it-
make
it-
sure
it's just-
that he is.
It's just information. It
So
doesn't-
if
I just
Ken,
bring
you were in
up-
that game with Greg when he was Mafia, right? He got super emotional.
Yeah.
That was the thing that I was pretty sure that he was Mafia, and it was why I was voted for him. But the thing that almost had held me back was the fact that he didn't get super emotional on his final defense. That it was just kind of resigned.
He was super.
and-
He was super emotional during his town.
Yeah, during the beginning, but then when it came down to his final defense, you know, it kind of do or die for Mafia. He didn't go back to being emotional. No,
So
maybe
you're saying
that's-
he wasn't Mafia?
I mean, that's the only reason that I considered him not to be Mafia.
If he wasn't Mafia and we were wrong about that, and there's two Mafia left, then that would lead me to believe that it's either Arif, Cap, or Pimp.
I don't think
Or
It's
Bonnie,
not me.
or
It's
Bonnie.
not me.
I don't think.
I doubt it's Pimp.
I don't think
It's not me, 100%. I want to hear from MSS because I have the same. Like, if there was actually this play where we fucked up super hard in the first day, then I feel like Arif has, like, he's one of my top contenders for lynching right now.
Well,
Gotta speak up.
Speak up.
Speak up, homie.
Honestly, right now I feel.
Speak up.
Speak up.
Right now I feel like you, Hotbed, and JJ are all town right now, and I was suspicious of Ken for like the entire game, but like it's slowly been going down and down. And right now I'm actually suspicious of these two.
Do you really think
Sure,
both
it
would be
It can't be both. It can't be both. She was like, she wanted to vote him off real bad.
Yeah,
I know.
There's no
okay,
way it's both.
I'm more suspicious of him because the last game I played with him, he literally acted exactly like this, and he turned out to be Mafia. And the only reason I'm suspicious of her is because she was like bringing up these like scenarios that are like super unlikely. And, like,
They are likely.
I know, but like
Not likely.
yeah,
They are not
they're likely, they're options, but like it's the probability of it happening is like pretty low. But that's literally the only reason I'm even suspecting.
So here's a question. if there are 2 Mafia left, there'd be someone who would join him. Has anyone really been backing him up or saying they have a town?
But there was no need because no one really grilled him yet.
That's true, and or the other way around, where like Bonnie and Cap ever really connecting, were they ever making plays together, right? Like
I
that's
don't
like,
think that's
like,
necessarily a Mafia tell.
That's not necessarily a Mafia tell, but it could be. Like it would be evidence, right?
I mean, like Bonnie and me were on the Greg train.
I mean, I'm actually okay with voting off Cap, to be honest. The reason why is because she's suspicious of Cap. So is Cap's girlfriend, who probably knows him pretty well, and so is
She
him.
was medic. She was confirmed town.
Yeah, so is him.
But I am suspicious of Cap too.
Yeah, so enough people are suspicious of Cap that he's either 1 Mafia left or there's 2 Mafia left. But even if there's 2, we still have a chance even to get it wrong, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. Wait.
If there's 2 Mafia
If there's 2 Mafia left.
If there's 2 Mafia left, there's 5 left, and there's 1 Mafia.
Yeah, but there's a kill in the night, and then it's 2 and 2, and then Mafia wins.
It's 5.
But right now we have 7.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we have 1 more chance left.
Shoot
That's
that.
still scary because it could be like these guys, right?
Yeah.
And then we have to basically make a do or die choice.
But I think, I mean, like... enough
Is
people-
Cap better or is MSS better?
I think Charlie also was a little suspicious of Cap too. He said that, I forget which day it
He
was.
said 50-50.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, honestly...
Cap,
I'm
what do you
sorry,
think
like,
about it? Defend yourself.
I mean, I think the people. I mean, I'll just go by rank. JJ, I was okay with. I think that I was a little suspicious of him day 1 and 2, but he's gotten more active, and that's what he does as town. Bonnie's 100% town. I don't know why that's really entering into anybody's minds. I mean, if you go down to a 3-man thing, if you guys vote me off and it ends up 3-man, then yeah, reevaluate that. But I think right now, like, Bonnie's the least likely vote. Blur, I just don't know enough about you. Grant mentioned something about you, and I didn't, like, that was the only time you came up on my radar as potentially Mafia. And I didn't even understand what Mafia point he was making.
I would just say that, like, I think Blur's town, the reason why is because he's been really thinking of all the random options that could occur to fuck us over. And if he was Mafia, that's honestly the only way they can win right now. Like, random
I would not
options.
be saying this
He,
stuff
he
about
said,
Mafia.
he said, like, maybe it's Charlie, and, like, I just think, like, I just think, like, that's a really towny way to look at it, so that's why I think he's clean.
I'm most
Plus, I was down
suspicious-
with the plan to kill ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm most suspicious of Shiver because of the fact that she only really came in when it was in the very beginning of the game, when it was like, oh, we're getting off track, but didn't really add anything else until it was Ellie pointed to me, and then she immediately jumped on that.
I think you're misguided there because I brought up the fact that Greg tried to start up a casual conversation during the first daytime, and I also pointed out that Charlie asked for Owen's reads on everybody in the room before claiming that he was.
Yeah,
So
that's true. I
if
backed
Cap
up on
isn't
that, I
in,
remember that.
what clear Shiva?
If Cap is, I mean, like,
Cap
is
after Shiva, I think it's
Oh yeah, then she's suspicious. So we still have a lot of options. That's my problem. I feel like tonight either me or Ken are dying, very likely, right? Because those are the
It
most.
could be anyone, dude.
It could be anyone.
It just depends on what we like.
What we're
if it's
saying and
him,
helping
if it's him,
Mike.
What's your read on Ken?
I think Ken's pretty down. Like, I was rather suspicious of him when it came to the Greg pushback, where he like soft defended Greg, and they were somewhat aligned.
It was only because I thought he was.
Yeah, and you said it was just because you thought it was Mafia.
But I don't think that anymore. So I think.
Yeah. And like that was the only time I was suspicious of you. I think everything else has been pretty town. I mean, I guess I was just wrong. If I'm going on the thing that you were town, I guess I'm just wrong on my initial read that I thought they were different, Charlie and Ken. Because I think when they're on the same team, there's always going to be pushback. Like, almost always, and there wasn't.
Like, Shiva could be Mafia and pushing really hard on him, but I'm going on what Charlie and Ellie said, and they're both confirmed town. So, like, that's
So,
fine.
so you prefer Cap?
Yeah, I prefer Cap among all the people, I would say.
I think we should kill Cap because he's
I'm
very
leaning-
nervous right
I'm
now.
leaning Cap,
He's
but
like
I
twitching.
also am okay with MSS. They're like about even for me. If
Reason
if
why-
this is what you believe,
I believe
I'm down
it's
with
Cap over MSS mainly because Owen, I just don't think he would point out a Mafia and
You
say
don't
that.
think so? Owen of all people?
Especially after he was like giving me shit. Then like you know how like 2 minutes before he was like, yeah, I don't like MSS. Then like once he counterclaimed cop or fake claimed it, he was like, all right, I checked MSS. That made like little sense to me.
There's no sense.
I think that literally just cleared me.
No, it doesn't clear
That doesn't clear you at all.
It definitely
actually.
doesn't clear you.
It just Owen
Anything that Owen
doing
says
weird
does not
shit.
clear you because obviously.
Owen, it was
Can I
Mafia,
get from
doesn't
you
clear
guys,
you.
from both of you, Emesis and Shiva, like if Lynching Cap is like the way to go here?
I mean, obviously she thinks so.
I mean, Shiva thinks so.
I think
I
so,
already
but
filled
the
it
fact
out.
that other people agree with it makes me worried because
Right.
I
Possible he's the last
love
one.
the idea that there's maybe some two Mafia in it.
It's possible he's
But we
wrong.
should play as if there's two.
Well,
Yeah.
I agree, but the chance that there's two is a lot less likely.
I
because-
don't think so. Charlie getting saved is pretty likely to me.
Yeah.
That's like a very likely
But
scenario.
it's also very,
Maybe
very
more
easy
likely.
Like
medic
saved
save.
Knight. She said she saved the Knight too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And he
night
died in
before.
night 3.
That's when Chobra died. It was Chobra, and then the hypothesis is that also there was a shot on Charlie. But that was, I mean, that means that Greg has to be a mislynch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is possible.
it is possible, but
100% possible.
no, not 100%. That's.
I think there are roughly even scenarios. Even.
Sure. But
Okay.
I still think in both scenarios, he's probably the better choice.
My main
I can
suspicions
see
are
that.
two of these three are Mafia.
No, cancel.
Can?
Can. I don't
Oh,
think.
I think he definitely can be.
Shiva's acquisitions are so weird. Although I kind of like it that she isn't going with the flow of everyone else.
Yeah, I do like that.
You know, I mean that's, I don't know, that sounds more towny than it should be to me, I guess. I still don't
Yeah, I
like
think
Shiva.
her
Bonnie, you haven't said
basis
anything in a while.
actually makes me think.
Bonnie, what do you think? Who are your top scum? Who are your top town?
My top suspicion list is Cap. I've been watching him all this while when we were talking, and he doesn't really seem agitated that we're accusing him of being Mafia. He's just okay, I'm going on this logical way, and like this is how he talks when he's Mafia. You know, I watched him play yesterday as well, and also I noticed that he's fidgeting a lot. He's pretty nervous, so I think it's pretty safe to kill him.
And she's
Wait,
among
I'm
the
not
three-
agitated, but I'm nervous.
I mean, you're not like emotional. You're not showing it, but you're hiding it so much that you're twitching
Say
all
you're
the
not
time.
angry.
He's also among the three that she said she's suspicious of. So like, since you're like honestly you're probably gonna get voted off. Who do you want to vote off other than you?
Shiva and MSS.
Okay.
You don't have any suspicion towards these two?
I'm slightly suspicious of him. Not at all of Bonnie.
Not at all.
But why?
Also,
why
the
me?
fact
Just
that he
because of
cleared
the
me
Greg thing?
100% because he knows that I'm talented because he's
It's
Mafia.
not about the Greg thing necessarily. It's more the fact that she's just 100% out.
Okay, sure.
Like it more comes down to ranking.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna I'm gonna second.
Okay, Paul, please make your accusation.
I think you're very Mafia. You haven't really been, normally when you're town, you're really playing a very strong town. You haven't really been that strong town. I think your reads are wrong. Obviously, when you're accusing me, normally your reads are quite okay, but since I know I'm town, I know that your reads are wrong, which is, for me, only telling that you're a Mafia.
Defend yourself.
I think that's pretty bullshit, to be honest. Like I think that I gave some pretty good town stuff, but it's more the fact that just because that I think that you're Mafia doesn't mean that I'm Mafia. You know, just because of the fact that like I'm suspicious of you has no bearing whatsoever on whether or not I'm
No,
Mafia.
but also including the
Because-
other stuff that we already mentioned.
I mean, the only thing that actually mattered that you said was the fact that that I had forgotten about was the fact that you pointed out that Charlie made Owen do the go around, right? And I made that read too, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I backed you up on that. But again, Mafia can make that read just as easily.
Yeah.
So I would much rather have Shiver be lynched than me or MSS because those are the two I'm most suspicious on. But if you're gonna lynch me now, at least follow up on that, please. And I mean, Bonnie, pretty sure she's town. I would trust her and I guess Blur.
I just want to say, if we actually want to lynch both, why would he emphasize the point that we have to lynch both again if there is
Because
actually two Mafia
then that
left?
would be one of you two are probably.
Right.
If he's Mafia, then
like,
one of you two are Mafia.
if he's Mafia, then Shiva is like Shiva and MSS are getting actually pretty damn clear suddenly.
Yeah, unless he would do that, but I know I'm
I mean,
telling
if he's not
otherwise
Mafia,
he's
you
not.
know, like,
Yeah, I mean, if he's
I
not,
really
He
think
could
it's
be
like
not
it's kind of like
I think
wanna
it's
see.
50-50. He
It
could
really
not-
depends on who dies at night and who like.
yeah,
it's-
for sure.
It's so hard to.
I think
I'm just saying, like, I
exactly.
just want to put the information out there because that's
But sure,
pretty
let's,
fucking relevant actually.
What's that your defense?
Yeah, I wouldn't kill
Would you like
LP.
to push to a vote? Are you
That puts more
rescinding?
pressure on me.
I'm not rescinding.
Are you? No. Okay, heads down. Please raise your hands if you would like to vote off Cap. Cap is dead and the town wins.
I knew it.
Own
I knew
it.
it. I fucking knew it.
We almost lost about so fucked.
You did.
Y'all did it.
Fucking knew it.
Guys. You own it.
You actually saw him. Oh my
Like,
god. Chief, good job. You did very well. Thank you for
Bonnie, well done. Have you got your win? You deserve it. You might forget.
It's actually hilarious.
I voted for all the right buttons. Hi.
Guys, I think it was the fans.
So it was great.
Oh my god.